Dice of the Dead. Heroes of the Broken Lands, a Nimble tabletop RPG actual play podcast, playing Nimble, a fast tactical RPG designed by Evan Diaz. Hello everyone, DG here. Before we get into this episode, I just wanted to let you know that our usual program we use to record our sessions, Crag, the Discord app, did not appear to function while we were playing this session. And so as a backup, we had to resort to using the raw footage from Liam's live stream. As such, the sound is probably not mixed as well as it should be, and there'll be random little sounds and interruptions because this is literally just the stream audio. We apologize for any listening inconvenience, and we'll be back to normal next time. Now let's get into it, guys. Welcome back to Dice of the Dead, where the dice decide who lives and who dies. This is episode 5 of our Nimble campaign. Let's get right into it.
Yay.
Last time, our heroes decided to take the fight to the evil that has Merrivale in its sights. Your initial plan was to follow the map left behind by the Goblins to their hideout in an abandoned coal mine. But you also had a lead to follow regarding the seeds left by the Briarbane plants. You decided to visit Lyrial Greenwhisper, a local druid who lives in the foothills, to see if you could gather some intel and aid. And it's a good thing you did, because when you arrived, you found her under attack by yet more Briarbanes and a corrupted, plant-infested bear. Rescuing her, she informed you that she would be able to purify the land to prevent any further Briarbane seeds from sprouting, but that the enchantment placed on the land by her circle was weakening, and that you'd need to put the Archdruid of the Green Whisper Circle to rest. And so you journeyed to the tomb of the Archdruid, expelled the Briarbane evil infesting it, and laid him to rest. Lyrial Greenwhisper was able to perform the ritual, purifying the land and ensuring you that you would now be safe to go after the goblins without worrying about any more seeds sprouting. And that's where we left off. You've been put up for the night in Lyrial's cabin. It's cramped. It's not particularly luxurious, but it's better than sleeping, roughing it under the stars. This counts as making camp, so if you wish to recover any HP, you must spend your hit dice. You don't need to roll them. You can simply spend a hit dice and instantly recover the maximum value of that die. And as a spellcaster, you are allowed to recover half of your mana.
Half my mana? Alright. And we can do as many hit die as we need to?
As many as you want. Yep. As many as you've got.
That's right, you got beaten to a pulp.
He did. You did too, if I recall.
5 HP.
Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, no, we're good, we're Gucci. Oh, Gucci.
We also, last time, offered Kale a choice of 2 prizes from the Druid. A spell book containing druidic magic, or a shield of thorns. Kale initially chose the spell book, but since last session and tonight, he's decided he'd rather have the shield of thorns. You still happy with that decision, Kale?
I would rather have the shield of thorns.
Indeed. And so for everyone listening, that is the Shield of Thorns with +2 armor. This wooden buckler, once worn by an archdruid, works for you, even if you aren't proficient in shields, but only if you are a hunter or a storm shifter. When you defend while wearing this shield, gnarly thorns sprout from it, dealing 1d4 piercing damage to whoever struck you. Also, welcome, Sarah. You join us.
Oh, whoa.
Welcome in.
We missed
Sarah,
you.
don't forget to reallocate your skill points, because I've received a DM from Sarah prior to this session saying that she will be changing her form.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, yeah.
And while you're at
Wait,
that,
no more
Seraphina,
kobold?
no more kobold. Sarah, while you're at that, I'd like you to also make a will save for me, of course, to see if your curse comes into effect.
Why didn't you message me, Sarah? I would have changed the play picture again.
It was a last minute thing.
Take.
And so, the grey light of the early morning filters through the grimy window of the cabin, and you're all jolted awake. You sit up, bolt upright, stare bleary-eyed around the cabin and see each of your companions rising in turn. You're not sure why you've all risen, seemingly
Deathly
right at
Dice,
the crack of
changing
dawn.
forms, kobolds ahoy! In the next great
It's as if-
episode of Dice of Death.
as if the land itself has beckoned you to answer the call, to save it from the evils that plague it. And the first thing that's on your minds when you wake up is the abandoned mines, the goblins swarming within. And it's not too long before you're checking your gear once more, cleaning your weapons, armor, and feel that familiar sense of resolve that tells you the adventure is not yet over. Sarah,
Brickle.
what do the rest of the party see when you sit up and the sleeping roll falls off you?
I'm just this little goblin, just huddled in the blanket.
I take aim at the goblin in the blanket with my bow.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Get the goblin! Get the goblin! Get the goblin!
Crunk, it's me. Stop.
But you're not a goblin.
It's our resident Kate Shifter. Come on, fellas. Do you honestly think a goblin would have gotten in here and not tried to kill us?
Oh, I was asleep.
I
Point
just think this
proven.
is probably going to be easier, you know?
She raises a valid point. You are about to assault a goblin stronghold. She may not speak the language, but at a glance, if you were a goblin and you saw her, you'd probably stay your weapon. It could come in handy. The door to the cabin creaks open and Lyrial Greenwhisper steps in, her auburn hair dishevelled around her face, lines under her eyes. She's clearly been up all night meditating over the bonfire, attending to the ritual. She lets out a big yawn as soon as she sees that you're all awake. Well, the bonfire's just embers now, but I think the Archdruid's enchantment will hold. You'd have nothing to fear from those seeds, and I thank you again for what you've done. She looks over at you, Kale, and she sees the shield of thorns in pride of place on your arm. Oh, you took the shield, she says. Was mine back in my adventuring days before I settled down here.
It seems like a good fit. I think it might be a bit more useful than another spellcaster.
She looks you up and down, sizing you up. Seems to approve of the shield on you, and then she smiles and winks and says, you know, what good's a spell when an arrow's stuck in your neck, or in your heart, or someone's charging at you with a spear, and
Exactly.
it certainly saved my skin more than once, and she clasps her hands together. I pray it will do the same for you. Not that I'm wishing harm will fall upon you. Actually, forget I said that. I hope you never have to use it. She makes her way over to the little bed in the corner of the cabin. Sitting on it, she yawns again. Oh, I'm knackered from staying up attending to that bonfire. Just 'cause elves don't sleep doesn't mean we don't feel the need to just sit down somewhere quiet and do nothing and talk to nobody for a few hours.
That must be such a lonely life without...
Oh, but I am not devoid of friends, she says, looking at you, Kronk. She gestures her arms wide, pointing at the window, pointing at the great outdoors. I'm surrounded by life, by the trees, the forests, the woodland animals. I'm never alone here.
I guess just a massive shit-eating grin. Yeah.
Speaking of friends, though, as you quite eloquently put to me yesterday, your friends down in the village of Merrivale are under threat from those goblins, so... She shrugs. As much as I'd love to chew your ear off and tell you all I can about the Briarbane and the Death Briar, perhaps it'll have to wait until the present threat is dealt with.
There will be plenty of time for all that. We have to make sure the people in the village are safe first.
She nods in agreement. She makes her way over to you, Kronk, and she reaches into the folds of her cloak and pulls out a small golden pin in the shape of a leaf. Here, she says. You'll want this, since we're friends now and all.
What's this doing? So pretty.
She says, clasp this in your hand, close your fingers around it, and speak my name, Lyrial Green Whisper, and it will allow me to come instantly to wherever you are.
Sorry, what was it? Lyrial Green...
Lyrial Green Whisper. The seeds in the earth are now inert, and no more Briarbane hatchlings will emerge, but the Death Briar itself still slumbers, and while you're attending to the goblins, and after I've rested up, I'll be doing everything I can, going through all of the Archdruid's writings, all of the collected lore from our circle, and I'll try to find a way to deal with it definitively. Should you find anything that you think would help you deal with the Death Briar, or anything that you think I would like to know about, you simply need to use that pin, and I'll render what aid I can. Do you understand?
Thank you very much, Lyrial Green Whisper. And
He smiles. Go ahead, Kronk.
He's got nowhere to put it on because he's shirtless, so he just pins it to his loincloth.
Yeah, that would gross most people out, but this druid's clearly lived rough in the wilderness for long enough a period of time that she's completely unfazed. She just yawns again, and then makes a motion dismissing you with her hand. Anyway, you'd best be off. Best to journey before it gets too light out and all of the predators wake up and are on the prowl, and I'd rather the cabin be quiet and peaceful if I'm to put my brain to the task at hand.
Okay, let's go, friends. Let's kick some goblin ass.
Not mine, please.
Do you look any different so we can tell you apart from other goblins? Or are you just like a generic goblin?
I would say I kind of look like just a generic goblin, so please don't hurt me.
All right, we might need to give something to you so we can tell you apart.
Yeah, we probably need to have her stand out somehow.
I just tear a bright green bit of vine off of my sort of ghillie suit setup thing and tie it around her upper arm.
Little
work.
armband.
That'll work.
Bright green and dark green. I like it.
That
Yeah,
works.
it's definitely noticeable.
So you buckle up, gather your equipment, finish off the meager breakfast of jerky and traveler's biscuit that you've been munching on, and step out into the sunlight. You look over your shoulder, take one last glance at Lyriel, and she's just curled up on the bed, her eyes closed, breathing softly, exhausted. And then the journey begins, once more out into the Valley of Hope, across the Bramble Crag foothills, towards the Sanguine River, and the abandoned coal mine on the other side. Kale, as usual, you're leading everyone. So go ahead and make yourself a perception or naturecraft check.
Alrighty. 16 on Naturecraft.
16 on naturecraft. You lead the party out of the treacherous terrain of the foothills, and there's a quite sizable patch of land where, between the hills where the Druid's cottage is built and the Sanguine River, where it's just rolling fields. It's quite easy here to keep track of which direction you're heading. You pause every hour or so to stare up at the sky for a moment, check your bearings, and then continue to lead the party onwards across the plains. You travel uneventfully for several hours. The sun rises higher in the sky, and the sky turns from a grey to a bright blue. It starts to warm up a little bit, starts to get a bit humid, but not unbearably so. Around midday, you pause for a moment to eat some jerky and some more biscuits, and then you continue on. On the horizon to your left, you see the Bramble Crag foothills reaching up like giants' fingers for reaching towards the sky. And to the east, barely visible, the Sky Reach Isles. Specks, black specks of dust floating above the clouds. Before long, you come to the Sanguine River. And Kale, you've managed to find a section of river where it's quite narrow, narrower than the river deltas to the north and south. By almost sheer luck, you've managed to find a section of the river that would be relatively easy to cross. However, it hasn't been forded, and there's no bridge. And as narrow as the river is, you of all people know that it's still not to be underestimated. This time of the year, the waters run thick and fast. Would you like to attempt the crossing here, where the river is quite narrow, or would you like to follow the river either to the north or south to try to find an easier place to cross, possibly a ford or an old bridge, knowing that this might make your journey take several hours longer?
Frank just sees the river. Bath time! Run straight forward.
Does anyone try to
Dibs
stop
not.
him?
Dibs not.
So, Kronk, are you just going to try to just charge through the river? Get to the other side?
Cannonball!
I have learned not to try and stop that.
Kronk, go ahead and make me a might check, please.
What's my D? I got it. There we go. What is my might? Oh, yes. That is a 18.
18. You all know better than to think that Kronk is going to just sink under the water and be swept away. Yet some part of you still in the back of your minds entertain the possibility that this might happen. And yet, just as he did in the Elder Wild, Kronk charges forwards into the water. And it's not like he's even struggling to fight the current. It's like the current is moving around him, struggling to push past Kronk, as if he were a rock, an implaceable structure, diverting the flow of the river itself. He reaches the middle, where the water rises up enough that it almost reaches his shoulder, but never once does he descend underneath. And a few minutes later, he's staggering out on the opposite riverbank, his scales shining wet in the sunlight.
They just shake off like a dog. Come on, guys, the water's fine. You do it. Come, Daddy will catch you.
So who'd like to attempt the crossing next, and how would you like to go about it?
I'm just gonna look at Kale and be like, find an easier way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not drown. Not today.
Alright, Kale, go ahead and make me a naturecraft check, please.
Can I help him out at all?
Yes, you can. Kale, you can make it with advantage.
I already rolled a natural 20.
Ah, well,
Never mind.
that will do it. You lead the others about 10, 20 feet up the river. Doesn't take more than 10, 15 minutes to find a portion of the river where there's several rocks and small islands breaking up the river itself, almost like conveniently placed stepping stones. Nature has forded the river for you. And with minimal effort, you cross. Kronk is waiting on the other side, running, bounding over a hill, waving at you. Friends! As he sees you cross.
He's like the world's shiniest puppy.
And so the journey continues. The rolling fields once again give way to jagged, treacherous peaks, valleys, and crevasses. These hills are rich with coal and iron ore, and back in the days of the old empire, this was a bustling centre of commerce, the centre of the Burkle clan, the dwarven civilization, who joined the empire and became valuable contributors due to their mastery of metals and stone. But these days the hills are abandoned, almost lifeless, but not quite. I'd like everybody to do a perception check for me, please.
Actually, I might be able to, with Nimbound, I might be able to roll dice. Let me have a look.
Ooh, that is a
If you'd like me to roll... Oh, a 1. Oof. If you'd like me to roll, Sebi, please
Nat
say
20.
roll... Nat 20. How about you, Kale and Phelan?
15.
18.
18, alright. And I'll say the nat 20 from Cass cancels out Kronk's 1.
Oh, good.
Hey, miracles do happen.
Oh, good.
It's in the late afternoon, about 2:30, 3 p.m. The sun is as high in the sky as it's going to get. Suddenly, the sun is blocked by a great black shadow, and you're all cast into darkness. You see it before it sees you. Quickly rush and dive for cover. The base of a cliff. And you see, circling overhead, terrible predator. with the flank of a lion and the head of an eagle, and long, forceful wings carrying it through the air with great deliberate flaps. A griffin on the hunt for its afternoon meal. What would you like to do?
Crunk's not gonna say what he wants to do.
Kronk fucking
Take-
better.
I hide.
Can I please cover Kronk's mouth and be like, it's not a fucking pet?
It's
I mean,
not
you,
a pet.
you can try with your
Hey.
goblin hands.
Stay.
Kronk just feels this like little green thing latch onto him. No, no,
Okay.
no.
So, I will ask everyone except Kronk to make me a stealth check, please. And Phelan, instead of a stealth check, you can make a finesse check because you're trying to keep Kronk's mouth shut before he shouts the word friend and charges out to meet the thing.
Okay. Yeah,
I rolled a 14.
14, nice.
let me just. Sorry, I'm not used to using Nimble. Fucking
okay.
Nimble on the phone.
Take
Yeah,
your
that's
time.
17.
18.
18.
18. So, Cass and Kale hunker down, burying themselves in the shadow cast by the cliff face. Kronk, seeing the thing flying above him, seeing that its wings seem to resemble a much larger version of his best friends, the flock of crows, is just about to call out a greeting when Phelan, moving with speed and grace unbecoming of a goblin, just darts forwards and stuffs a piece of cloth in his mouth and then grabs him by the hand and pulls him back to join the rest of you in the cliff face. And there you wait for a few moments. The griffin circles above once, twice, and it lets out a great caw. Ah! Seems to decide that the foothills have nothing worth its attention, and it disappears beyond the cliffs on the horizon. All of you,
Could been friends.
Not friend.
Food.
Not friend.
Yeah, Kronk, you would have been food.
Oh,
Why in the world do you sound so disappointed about not being food?
but he could
No,
be a
actually-
good friend.
And you
Yeah,
could have been a good meal.
You would have been in its stomach.
Would have been a mighty meal.
and so,
I'm gonna hop off freaking Kronk's back and just be like, oh my god, what are we doing?
unnaturally relieved that you didn't become Griffin Chow, you continue on. And it's just over the next hill that you see the abandoned mine. A gaping black wound in the side of the cliff down below. I'll bring it up
Wow.
in our bear rodeo.
If I was to describe that cliff in that mine in a way, it'd be sort of like a gaping wound.
Well, at least we found out why the griffin was here.
You hike down the hill towards the hole in the cliff face. And the first thing you see is a group of goblins out the front. One of them larger than the others, 4 of them in total. 3 of them apparently busying themselves, chopping a tree trunk to bits, hacking at it violently as if they're not just trying to make firewood, as if they're attempting to murder the tree itself. The 4th goblin, the one that's at least twice the height of the others, barks orders in a goblin language, guttural groans and grunts and hisses and throaty noises, gesturing wildly, ordering the goblins as they make short work of the tree trunks. They haven't noticed you. You're still quite a distance away. But in order to get into the mine itself, you will have to get past them.
Alright, what's the plan? Rush them?
No.
Goblin.
There is a reason why I became a goblin today.
I'm gonna go try and keep up with Kale and just make sure and just try and stay outside.
Yep, so Kale and Cass disappear into a copse of trees
And
to the left.
I'm just gonna look back. I'm just gonna look back at Vale and be like,
Good luck.
So Cass and Kale, you may both make stealth checks with advantage, as you haven't yet been noticed.
Natural 20.
Ooh, lovely. That luck will run out very soon.
oh,
I've
my
got a
luck
feeling it
just
might.
did 7.
7. I'd say, Cass, are you going to follow Kale's every move? Because his nat 20 means that as long as you follow what he's doing, you may be able to stay out of sight.
That's basically what I'm doing. I'm just staying right behind him. Like, he knows the wilderness better than I do.
Yep. And so
I'm just trying to stay.
Kale disappears into the copse of trees and uses them as cover to creep forward closer to the mine entrance. And Kale, from your vantage point in the trees, you notice something. The trail leading down the hill towards the mine entrance has been trapped. 2 tripwires.
Oof.
Stretching from the tree line to a tree stump in the middle of the trail, and then ending at another tree hugging the cliff face. Buried in the dirt and the long grass, where they wouldn't be immediately visible until you're seconds away from tripping them.
Can I try and defuse them?
You can attempt it. You'll have to make a finesse check.
Okay. That's a 16.
Dean. You examine the tripwires, and they're not as simple as they look. You notice that each end is attached to a series of charms and bones, and it's a very clear warning system for the goblins. You take a few moments to consider how best to disable it without causing any of the charms to make noise. And then you decide to simply remove the charms. Using your skill from living in the wilderness, from growing up in the wild, your mind goes back to the many times when you skinned and boned animals, when you were hunting, and you use that finesse to carefully disassemble the contraption itself, removing the bones and charms, but leaving the tripwires themselves intact. If they're triggered, there will be no sound.
Okay.
Kronk and Phelan, back at the top of the hill, what are you guys doing?
Oh, what do you want to do with your new goblin? I still don't know what you are. But one time you were an elf, now you're a kobold, now you're a goblin.
I'm just me. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What should we do then?
Well, we did just see a giant griffin. we could go up there and I could pretend that it's chasing me and they run off.
And then the rest of you charge into the mine.
Well, what if the goblins charge into the mine and they let the other goblins know? Then we'll have just more goblins on high alert.
I feel like this is a so dumb and smart idea.
Yeah, sometimes that comes into effect without rolling. You just sometimes you get these glimpses of brilliance.
Well, either way, we still have to deal with the goblins, whether they're inside or outside.
Willing to let her try?
Oh, okay, we can try that. As long as I get to smash some goblins.
You'll get
So-
lots of puppies.
Yeah.
With Cass and Kale watching patiently from their vantage point, and Phelan giving Kronk a stern look and telling him to stay out of sight at the top of the hill, she makes her way down the trail, deftly steps over the tripwires, and approaches the band of goblins. Phelan, they don't notice you at first. The three smaller goblins are furiously hacking away at the fallen trees, while the larger one continues barking orders. Cut! Cut! Cut!
Dibs!
You don't speak goblin, so you don't know exactly what he's ordering them to do, but you get the gist of it. The axes are working furiously. And if they saw your companions, you can guess what the next order would be. What do you do?
Can I just point in the direction that I saw the griffin and just like make the sounds that the griffin made? And like
Yeah.
just continuously point that way?
So you are in the shape of a goblin, so I will let you make an influence check, please.
$16.
Phelan comes charging down the hill right into the midst of where the goblins are working, waving her arms wildly, gesticulating towards the sky and letting out a sound that sounds something between a bird call and a strangled cat. It gets the goblins' attention. The three smaller ones turn, their axes raised. They don't seem to recognize you, but they don't immediately charge to attack you. It's the bigger goblin who leers down at you, his eyes narrowed. He opens his mouth and asks a question. Go you!
I'm gonna grab my throat and pretend I can't talk. I'm gonna pretend that I'm a mute and that I can only hear. And I'm gonna just make the same noise. I'm just gonna repeat the same noise and pointing in the direction and like use my arms to like mimic what I saw.
Make me another influence check.
$17.
Says the big goblin. He looks up at where you're pointing in the sky. You let out another strangled bird call. One of the smaller goblins raises his axe, points to the same spot in the sky, and says, Gabiga! Gabiga! And then the bigger goblin looks in his direction, nods, and barks an order, pointing towards the hill. Good! The four of them shoulder their axes and charge into the hills, determined to find the griffin before it catches sight of their hideout.
What?
How in the world, but okay.
I honestly thought they were going to start rushing Kronk.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was
And
prepared
I'm like,
for that.
uh-oh.
Yeah, I also thought that they were going to do that.
It's like we found the griffin. It read the normal, but
I believe
No sooner.
Tookie and Kaka don't work.
No sooner have
Oh,
they
God,
disappeared
clear,
over the
clear,
crest of
don't-
the hill
Whoa.
that you see Kronk come charging down the one behind you towards Phelan. And Kale and Cass, relieved, step out of their hiding spot among the trees. The entrance to the
Nice.
mine is unguarded, looming overhead. But there's also the matter of the felled trees that the goblins were busying themselves with. One of them appears to be interesting, catches your attention, Kale, as you emerge from your hiding spot and rejoin the others. One of the trees is not like the others, the one that the goblins were violently hacking away at. The bark is covered in what you've now come to recognize as the Briarbane mold. Several of the gnarled branches are splayed out on the ground, looking more like limbs.
I start a small fire and start setting fire to the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No roll needed for that. You reach into your bag, pull out your flint and steel, and get a fire crackling. And as soon as you touch it to the tree, the moss begins to twist and unravel. The tree lets out a great hiss. And the great Briarbane that had somehow been felled by the goblins is put out of its misery for good, leaving nothing but burnt ash behind.
Do we level up now?
Oh, yeah. As you're setting fire to it, it does occur to you that the tree was still alive. The goblins were in the process of finishing it off when Phelan came out from her hiding place and scared them away. And that confuses you. Why were they trying to kill it?
I suppose we should, not pay attention to that.
I'm just gonna keep an eye on next to the entrance just to make sure that there's no goblins coming out towards Hale's damn fire.
You keep your eyes fixed on the entrance, but nothing comes out. Those goblins out the front were probably the only sentries, and that means the ones inside may be unaware of your presence. Kale, do you mention to the others that the thing was still alive and that you put it out of its misery? Do you mention to them what it was? Because I'm pretty sure everyone else just thinks it's a tree.
Yeah, I mentioned to them that it was Briarbane and it wasn't quite dead yet, but it is now.
Stupid bad tree, that's gone now. Stupid
Well, if they're trying to kill the Briarbane, maybe.
Why would
Maybe
a
the
goblin
goblin-
do that though?
Exactly.
Maybe because
I don't know.
the Briarbane is getting so out of control and it's affecting the goblins as well.
Goblins aren't that smart.
Is the tree actually dead now? Is it still
Yeah,
burning?
there's a couple smoldering embers, but there's mostly just ash and dust left.
Right, gotcha.
Maybe
Burned remarkably quickly.
maybe there's someone controlling
So do
the
goblins.
goblins. Telling the goblins what to do.
Possibly.
Maybe.
Let's go find out.
And so Kronk leads the way, stepping into the darkness of the mine itself. Takes a
Are we
few
gonna be able to-
moments. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say, can we can see easy enough
Yes.
inside?
Yep.
Yep. Alright.
It takes a few moments for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, and then you realize it's not as dark as you expected it to be. It seems the goblins have put up torches, hanging them on brackets along the length of the shaft, far enough apart that they don't provide clear illumination, but just enough dim flickering lights that you're not entirely blind. You can see about 5 or 6 spaces in front of you without a problem. Anything beyond that is vague silhouettes and shapes. Not far into the mine, you find your path already blocked. Just inside the cave lies a deep pit, obstructing further progress. The minecart tracks just snap, descend down into the earth, and are swallowed up in the blackness. There's only one way across that you can see. 2 thin wooden beams, repurposed from holding up the mine's entrance, serving as a makeshift bridge across the gap.
Monk is now officially terrified.
Oh, we found London.
The metro, the tube.
Oh, yeah, I'm on about there's a hole in the world, it's a great black pit.
I don't know if I can cross that. Don't know what to do.
How wide is this?
So,
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 feet?
yeah, standing at the edge, you can just about see the other edge. It's far too wide to jump across.
What, even for Kronk?
I mean, he could make an attempt.
But,
Anything beyond the other edge is just shadow.
We have rope, don't we?
You should have
Yeah.
some.
Yeah,
I've
50
got
foot.
50 feet of rope, and I also have a grab.
Because I don't
Well,
think Kronk would be able-
we could make a rope swing.
Yeah. I'm just. Yeah.
Kronk, you seem to be the one who moved closest to the edge. Make me a perception check, please.
Shit. That's a 3.
Oh
Yeah,
god, it's a
you-
Sarlacc pit.
You peer down into the darkness and see nothing. You peer across to the other
No.
edge and you see shadow.
Sorry, just out of character silliness at the moment. You look into the bottom of the pit and you see Sebi's spider staring back at you.
Hey, you're not that far
It
from the
hasn't
truth.
moved so far. It's just watching me. Like this.
It's just sitting there, mentally.
Sorry, I've been watching Boyle Hobby Time a lot recently, and he's done some cave dioramas with like giant spider monsters in them, and it's the sort of thing that I've come to expect.
I mean, you're not that far from the truth. But how would you like to go about it?
In character, would I know that I'm not that far from the truth? Can I do a naturecraft check?
You can do a naturecraft check if you like, yes.
DM, would I be able to see anything on the ceiling of the cave that we're entering where I can be able to like lodge a grappling hook into?
Cass, make
Well,
a perception check while Kale does his naturecraft check.
I rolled a 13 for naturecraft.
13, yep.
20, 19.
19. So, Kale, you stare into the abyss, and it's very clear to you that this is not a natural formation in the cave. This is a hole that has been gouged out. Not dug, but gouged out, as if something
But
large has burrowed or scooped a patch of the earth out. And Cass, while you're examining the ceilings and the sides of the pit to see if there's any way to fix a grappling hook, you notice something alarming. Two
Uh-oh.
vines, each as thick as a tree branch, clinging to the side of the pit. The tips of them slowly writhing, squirming, feeling for prey, feeling for anyone attempting to cross so that they can pull them down. You also do notice a couple of stalactites hanging from the roof of the ceiling and a couple old bits of wood, pillars, and scaffolding left over from the original mine that you could potentially attach a grappling hook to.
Do we hear the words "feed me, Seymour" echoing from the bottom of the pit?
You can try and have a listen if you want.
I was being silly, making a Little Shop of Horrors reference, but yeah. Okay.
I know. Go ahead. Make me a perception check, please, Kale.
Perception is 16.
16. While Cass points out the vines and examines the scaffolding, you creep forwards, peer down, you notice the vines, you see them grabbing, questing, and you hear deep below, rumbling, the sound of something big and heavy shuffling, moving, and then a deep rumbling voice like a whisper echoes out of the abyss. Help us! We are trapped!
Oh.
We will aid you
Ooh.
against our common foe.
I just sort of poke my head over the side of the pit and I'm like, who's our common foe?
Voice booms out again. Those who made a deal with the master, then broke it, sealed us down here.
Talking plants.
I relay all of this back to the party.
Well, plants are your forte, Kale.
So
No,
you-
animals
you
are
want-
my thing. I'm not great with plants.
So you want me to jump down there and do some? Okay.
Oh God,
That was
some
not what anyone
War
said
Spirit.
at all, Kronk.
Does anyone try to stop him? Otherwise, Kronk, I need you to make me a athletics check.
Okay. First, I'm gonna
I
wrap.
trip
I
him
won't
up as he
wrap
runs.
my rope.
Or might, right?
No, I'm gonna wrap some rope around Kronk's waist and put the grappling hook onto the rails as an anchor point.
Yes. So, Kale, make me a might check to hold Kronk in place while Cass does this.
Alright, my might check is a nat 20.
15 even.
That 20.
Fucking Mission Impossible looking at.
Okay. He's
Well, I failed that
struggling.
because it was a 15.
15. Well, you don't need to beat his. This is just to hold him in place, and then his is to see if he gets down safely. So, he's struggling. He almost gets free of you, and you manage to hold him like hold him in place like someone trying to restrain a giant Labrador, while Cass works as fast as he can, wrapping a loop of rope around Kronk's waist, attaching the grappling hook to an anchor point, and then that's finally when Kronk lets out a great cry of friends and breaks free of your hold. Kale bounds towards the edge and leaps into the abyss. Instantly, the rope is drawn taut.
Fucking draconic idiot!
So I'm just swinging around going.
So, Kronk, you tumble down into the abyss, almost reaching the bottom when the rope finally snaps taut, and you do take a point of damage because it feels like it's going to snap several bones in your body. but it does stop you from smashing right into the floor of the abyss. And there's a lot of jagged, pointy rocks down there. But now that you're down here, Kronk, you can see what's hidden at the bottom. A great tree, just like the one outside that the goblins were trying to kill. A gnarled tree trunk wrapped in sickly moss and vines. It's using its branches, its appendages to try to reach up, to try to pull itself out of the pit, but its roots have been secured to several jagged rocks by thick bundles of rope.
What's wrong, friend?
It turns to face you, and then with a loud crack, a portion of the trunk opens, revealing a gaping, deep black hole, its mouth. The ones who made a deal with the Master betrayed him. The Master sent us to collect that which they owe. My brother was struck down, and I trapped down here.
Okay, so we're not going to mention about the tree outside.
Ooh.
Free me, and I will take my vengeance for the Master.
Kronk, what do your reptile eyes see?
There's a fucking great big tree down here.
Excellent reference.
If I free you, will you help us with the goblins?
We will aid you against our common foe.
Okay.
Just start ripping out and moving rocks and boulders and ripping out the roots.
The Master wishes for them to die, wishes for their heads to be dashed against the rocks. Make me a might check, please, Kronk, to see if you can free it, because the goblins have actually done a fairly decent job securing it down, and to hold a creature of this size down here, they've used a lot of ropes and counterweights and pretty much something that would, the work that would have required several goblins, you're going to have to undo on your own.
For a little bit of finesse, this is not going to class as attack, but can I use a little bit of my fire breath to help singe, burn the ropes?
Ooh, yes. Go ahead and make your might check with advantage.
Yeah, boy. 13 and a 24.
13 and a 24. Takes quite a while, at least 15 minutes of Kronk just hacking at the ropes, lifting boulders out of the way, spitting at particularly tough knots, but finally you loosen it enough that the root breaker lurches forwards and frees itself, lifting itself from the pit. He reaches forwards, wrapping one of his vine-like branches around your waist, Kronk. And as he scrambles out from the abyss, he pulls you with him, slowly emerging on the opposite side.
Well, look, he didn't die.
I made friend. He's going to help us kill the goblins.
Fuck?
How's the rope in the grapple, might I add?
It's now snapped.
Grapple hook's also gone?
The grappling hook you still have access to, but about half the length of the rope has just fallen down into the pit, because when the root breaker lifted itself and Kronk out, it just snapped the rope.
Gotcha. Alright, so remove the rope. I'm just gonna pick up the grappling hook, put back in my inventory. But just leave the rope the way it is.
Once it's clear on the other side, the great tree lowers you to the ground, Kronk. It pauses just long enough to look at you, and then its crevasse of a mouth twists into a smile. You will be rewarded when Deathbriar makes all things new and the Master's ritual is complete. And then it bounds off down the shaft into the darkness, the whole cave seeming to tremble with each step it takes.
I see nothing possibly going wrong with this.
Yeah, I don't think anything bad's gonna come surely.
Definitely
so
not.
how are we A, gonna get Kronk back, or B, get us over there?
Well, there's still the planks.
Yeah, and the vines are now gone.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to balance on it.
Yeah, alright.
Is there any way you'd like to make it a bit safer that you could think of?
How strong is Kronk, or how strong is the strongest person here? Because if one of us falls,
That'd be me.
That would be Kronk.
I'm the next strongest.
I'm an old man.
An old man and a fool.
How big is the log outside compared to this hole? Would we be able to crawl over from the log?
No.
They're not quite as long, but you could possibly maybe use a couple of them if you had some way of securing them together.
It's probably just better to try and finesse it over.
Yeah,
I was just
being
about to
able to
ask
get
if I
across.
could just go, because obviously
You're
the
tiny.
goblins were already walking over that
Yeah.
thing, and I am already that size.
Yeah, Phelan, you don't need a roll. You just step onto the rickety planks of wood, and they creak a little bit under your weight, but they were put there by goblins, and you're an expert at keeping your balance. You just run deftly across and join Kronk on the other side.
Fuck it.
Could
I'm
use
just gonna
2 arrows as some climbing spikes and just scooch over?
Yeah, you sure can. Go ahead and make me a finesse check with advantage.
I'm good. While he's doing that, I'm gonna try and use my climbing spike, and not the climbing, but the grappling hook to try and maybe get any purchase on the side of the wall if it's easy enough.
Yeah. So,
Well,
you go ahead.
My
See how
highest
Kale
roll
did.
there. My highest roll there was a 21.
You're fine, Kale. You loose 3 arrows, equidistant apart into the side of the pit, and using them as handholds, you make your way across the planks. They creak and rattle, but they're still intact when you make it to the other side. Cass, if you're using your grappling hook for purchase, you can make a might check, please.
Alright. Cool. Let's see, what's my might at? Might is at... Okay. That's 3, 2, drum roll, please. 17.
17. You swing your grappling hook, lodge it into place on the wall, and then wrap the end of the rope around yourself and get to work. As soon as you step onto the planks, you feel them sinking under your weight. Your armor, in particular, does not seem to be agreeing with them. You reach the end of the first plank, just as snap! It collapses, crumbling down into the earth. You steel yourself, take a breath, relocate the grappling hook, and begin to creep across the second one. And just as you're about to reach the end, you feel the wood under your feet begin to sag, and Kronk reaches out, grabs you, wrapping his arm around your waist, and pulls you violently over the edge just as the plank crumbles and falls down.
Well, there's the last of the rope.
I still have rope.
Last of
we
my
each
rope.
have 50 feet of rope.
The shaft narrows ahead of you, descends deeper into the earth. Before you have a chance to go any further, though, you suddenly hear a cacophony of screams from somewhere deeper down the shaft. Goblin voices shouting in unison. The words run and attack and ah in quick succession, and then the whole shaft shakes, rumbles. You hear the Briarbane roar. And then all is silent.
Alright, come on, guys, let's go. I think it's safe. Hello? Free!
I think got started without us.
As you make your way down the shaft, I would like everyone to roll for initiative, please.
Oh boy. My favorite thing. Here it is. 11 for Kronk. That's 2 actions.
Yep, that's 2 for you, Kronk.
11.
2 for you, Phelan.
15.
I got a 3. So
Only 1 for Cass, but that's fine. You may not need them. You round the bend in the shaft, and then it opens up into a wide open cavern. And here, the Briarbane takes pride of place in the center. A whole warband of goblin minions and their pet giant rats circling around it, weapons raised, trying their best to fight it off. There's a towering bugbear standing toe-to-toe with the Rootbreaker. He raises his great axe and swings, and just as the Briarbane's vine lashes out and hits him, the axe buries itself in the tree trunk. The Briarbane hisses and crumbles to the ground dead, but just before it goes, the branch vine squeezes, the bugbear screams, and then you hear the audible snap of all of his bones breaking at once.
Oh shit.
The remaining goblins cheer in victory, and then one of them points towards the entrance of the cavern, sees you, and shouts a command. Gaga! They raise their weapons and charge. Kronk, you can go first.
Question, how many did it kill?
Oh, there was a bugbear, and he also took out 4 other minions.
Oh, 8. Alright, let's see.
There are 4 broken goblin corpses lying strewn about the cavern.
I will go to Goblin H and hit it with you. And again, 2d6.
2d6, yep. Charge the nearest goblin who's cowering at the mouth of a collapsed tunnel.
Now for a miss, they both have to be 1?
Yeah, they both have to be 1.
Okay, so that...
Well, actually, no, the one on the left needs to be a 1. Sorry. The one on the right can be anything.
Wait, what?
So it's 2d6, right?
Yes.
So the first dice, if that's ever a 1, that's a miss.
Oh, okay, well, the first one
Yeah.
landed on 5, okay. 5,
Yeah.
6, 8 damage on Goblin H.
8 damage. You charge forward, swinging the axe and dissecting the goblin in 2 before he has a chance to do anything at all.
And that will
Alright.
be my turn.
Cass, you're up next.
as Kronk has just, I'm wondering, minor magic has, it just says the range varies, right?
Depending on the effect, yes.
Yeah. Would I, at this range, would I be able to use minor magic to, as he cuts down that goblin minion, to basically wreath him in like necrotic shadow to make him look super intimidating?
Yeah, go ahead, make me an Arcana check.
Oh, damn.
Alright. Okay, that's going to be a straight roll. Pick a god and pray. 7.
Oh.
It does have some effect. You wave your hands, and as the axe comes down, Kronk's shadow appears to grow larger, filling that section of the cavern. The other goblins turn towards it. A couple of their mouths drop aghast, and they shout something in Goblin and begin to slowly back away from Kronk. All right.
All right.
Phelan, you're up.
That's fine.
How dark is this cave?
It's dimly lit. There's enough torches that you can see what's going on, but it's also dim enough that you could probably stay hidden if you stuck to the edges of the cavern and hugged the walls.
I think I would prefer to stay hidden in this situation, considering.
Yep. So make me a stealth check, please.
That is a 15.
15? Yep, so as long as you don't stray from the walls of the cavern, you can stay hidden,
Okay.
hiding in the shadow.
I'm assuming that was me just using my initial you can move or hide for free.
Yes. Yeah.
Which means I'm going to move down towards the goblin in the right-hand corner.
Yep.
Wherever he is.
Hugging the
And then
wall, you make your way down towards where Kronk is.
And then I'm going to use my sneak attack with Vicious Opponent.
Yep, on Goblin Minion G.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead, roll to hit him. How much damage is he taking?
13.
13. You using your sword or your dagger?
My sword.
Yep. So you leap out from the shadows, revealing yourself to everyone, and the goblin opens his mouth to shout something to alert the others to your presence, and then your blade goes right through his open mouth, sprouts out the back of his head, and he dies pathetically. And Kale,
Dagger.
you're up.
Yep.
Do you want to attempt the same? Stick to the shadows?
No, I'm moving there, and then I'm gonna target Goblin Minion F with an arrow of walloping.
Yeah, go ahead.
And he's gonna take 5 damage and have to do a DC.
Yep. And do you still have arrows left?
I'm gonna find out now. I do.
Arrow sails through the air. It hits the goblin square in the neck. The blow instantly kills him, but the arrow keeps traveling, carrying his body with it, slamming right into the giant rat behind him, which is knocked prone. It's now the enemy's turn. The goblin minions are still transfixed on Kronk, and seemingly scared of him, it's going to take a roll on their behalf to see if they're able to attack him. Goblin Minion A raises his spear and then thinks twice of attacking Kronk. Instead, he turns towards Phelan and throws his spear in her direction. Phelan, that'll be 5 points of damage to you. Goblin Minion B follows suit. He's about to aim at Kronk, and then he sees his companion chicken out at the last second, and monkey see, monkey do, and another spear's heading your way, Phelan, for... Well, he misses. You duck at the last moment as the spear sails over your head and sticks in the side of the rock face. Goblin Minion C passes his check. He screams, "Aka, aka, aka!" and runs across the cavern, unleashing his spear, which sails in an arc across the room and hits you, Kronk, for 4 points of damage.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Goblin Minion D screams and runs, cowering behind a nearby rock, shivering in fear. Goblin minion E passes his check, rushes forwards, side by side with his friend, and Kronk. 4 points of damage headed your way.
Yeah, we'll take that.
The 3 giant rats that aren't prone let out a squeak of rage and charge across the room as fast as they can. But only one of them, Giant Rat D, can reach you. He charges up to you, Phelan, gnashes his little fangs, and bites you for 4 points of damage. Giant Rat C.
Can I negate the damage, please?
Go ahead, defend. Subtract your armor from it.
He does 0 damage.
Hey.
Giant Rat C, who's lying prone, upside down, his little legs kicking in the air, rights himself. And that's his turn. Kronk, you're up.
Alright, Kronk is going to do what he does best in Rage. Rage dice is a 4. Let's go. He's and he raises his axe to hit Rat D.
Yep, the one right in front of you and Phelan.
Or a crit. That's a crit on both the dice.
Yep. So go ahead, roll again.
So I gotta remember. That's 12. I have to roll this with disadvantage, yes?
No, if it's a crit, you just roll again.
Okay.
Until it stops critting.
Let me just do some quick calculations. Sorry.
Yes, because you do have to factor in your rage as well.
12. Oh, that is 20 damage on Rat D.
Ooh. How would you like to kill him?
I'd like to stick the butt, grab his mouth and stick the butt of my axe through his mouth and just pretty much, stick it all the way down his mouth, then reach my hand up its ass and pull my axe out.
Yeah. There's not much rat left when you're done, just some patches of fur and blood on the rock floor. The other rat close by, Giant Rat A, seeing what you've done, just squeaks in terror and runs as fast as it can back the other direction, disappearing into a burrowed hole in the wall.
And following that, I would like to use my Dragon Breath in a cone, hitting these motherfuckers.
Yep, and what's your level?
Level 2.
Level 2? Goblin minions C and E scream and die in the flames, but Giant Rat B leaps out of the way, scurries under some rocks, and keeps charging towards you, frothing at the mouth.
And that would be my go.
Cass, you're up next.
Alright, so 3 actions.
Yes.
4, 5, 6. Okay, so with my 6 level of movement, can I get between Goblin Minion A and B?
Yeah, I'd say you can.
Alright, so I'll use my movement to get to there, and I'm just going to run in blade drawn. I'm going to go on Goblin Minion A. I am going to just go down with a swing of the long sword.
Yep.
Which would be a D8 plus 2. 7 plus 2, 9 damage.
Yep, 9 damage. You run him right through. He rattles and dies at the end of your blade.
So I run through, wing it out to look at the other goblin, and I will just open my mouth and roar, and in sort of just this almost like I'm in pain, even though I'm not, but it's more like a mental anguish as I use rebuke.
Yep.
Because right now he is not in a good headspace.
No, not after what the fairy said last session.
No. So 1d6. So that will be 6. Critters.
Hey, let's go.
All right. So do with spells, do you still roll again when they crit?
Yeah,
When they
spells
get
can crit.
All right. So that's a 6 plus 2, so 8.
8 points on Goblin Minion B, and he's just dissolved in a cloud of energy, and there is literally nothing left when it turns into wisps of smoke and fades away. At the end of your... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, after he just sees him reduce to dust, he's just like panting, just almost frothing. He is just, he is not well.
At the end of your turn, Goblin Minion D, who cowered behind the rock last turn, pokes his head around the corner, and as you've come into range, he hurls his spear towards you, identifying you as the source of the shadowy magic. The spear sails through the air and hits you for 5 points of damage, Cass.
I'm gonna react then.
Go ahead.
Alright, so no damage.
Alright, Kale, you're up next, and then Phelan can go last.
He muted.
He might be. Does tend to happen sometimes.
Sorry, I pressed the wrong unmute button. I'm gonna aim an arrow of walloping at Goblin Minion D.
Yep, roll with disadvantage, because he is hiding behind a big boulder.
Well, that's a pity, because I just rolled a crit. And a 3.
Oh, no.
And a 3. 3 is enough, though, as he's poking his head out to aim his spear at Cass. Just as he looses the spear, you loose your arrow, and it hits him right in the forehead, and he tumbles away behind the rock. And you never get to see what happens next as he falls out of view.
Just double check and see if I've got arrows left. I do.
Yep. Want to loose another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna give Giant Rat B a hunter's mark and loose another arrow.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll normally.
And it hit for 4.
It hit for 4, which is still better than nothing.
And I've still got arrows of walloping left.
Okay. Yes. Unfortunately, the rat is not knocked prone. It shudders from the force of the arrow and squeals in pain, but it continues charging ahead. And Phelan, you're up.
Can I move down this fence line behind the rocks and attack one of the rats?
You can, but you'll have to hide again.
I am happy to hide again.
Go ahead, roll stealth, please.
$14.
14. You try to disappear once more into the shadows, but the rats stop sniffing the air, and their eyes gleam red as they're pinpointed on your direct location. You are not able to hide, unfortunately.
Oh, yay!
That's a Rogue's worst nightmare.
Through that, then, I am just going to grab my slingshot and throwing rocks at them.
Yeah, go ahead. There are plenty of rocks on the ground. You're in a cave.
That's a crit with a 4 on a rock.
Ooh,
So that's
very nice.
God damn.
7.
Let's go.
7, very nice. The rat squeals as the rock smashes into his left eye, and he just rolls along the ground, leaving a red, pasty smear behind him.
Ooh.
Only Giant Rat C is left, and he just charges straight at you, Phelan.
What kind of
In
rock
his-
was that?
A
It
very
is-
sharp one.
little bestial mind, he's tagged you as the biggest threat, so he just runs towards you, gnashing his teeth, and that is a crit from him.
Can I push
Defense.
Phelan out?
Interpose?
Yeah,
Do
can
you want
I
to
interpose?
interpose?
Yeah,
Take it.
put-
Yep. So Kronk grabs Phelan, shoves her out of the way, and then Kronk, you'll be the one taking that 9 points of damage from the crit.
No, I will negate it with that all you got. And,
Yep.
I can expand one fury dice and add my strength and dex to it, so that is that's eight damage on negate.
So you take 1 point of damage, you shove her out of the way, and the rat scratches you with the tip of his teeth, and then you elbow him and he falls to the ground, gets back up hissing in rage, and it's now your turn, so go finish him off.
I shall, and okay, question, because I expended my fury dice, would I still be raging, or would I have to re-rage again?
No, you have to rage again.
Okay, yeah, I'll just do that again.
Rah!
3.
You try hurt, friend!
Stupid rat, you go squeak now! With a 8, 9, 11 points of damage in that first attack.
Yeah, and as he's scrambling to climb back to his feet after you knocked him down, you just step forwards and bury the blade of your axe into his rib cage, and he squeals once more and dies.
Are you okay, Phelan?
I'm good.
Okay.
As I pat his back.
Yeah.
Thank you. That would have hurt.
I'm here to protect the pretty lady.
Quiet once more. You stand in a large, open atrium. A large cavern illuminated by a few lit torches along the walls. To your right, there's the mouth of a collapsed tunnel, caved in long ago. Wherever it used to lead is no longer accessible. To your left, there's a small passage leading off into the darkness, the entrance caked in cobwebs. And to the south, passage further into the mine is blocked by a makeshift barrier, piles of wooden crates, barrels, and furniture to stop any intruders penetrating deeper into the goblin's lair. It looks like you could remove them, but if anyone's hiding on the other side, they would absolutely know you're there.
I think we should go this way first.
Bronk wanders towards the cobwebs.
I'm just going to make sure.
Who got hit? Who needs healing?
I do.
I'm just gonna peek out
Alright.
from behind the giant frickin' dragon ball and be like, hi.
Yep.
You too. Alright.
I'm going to. How damaged are you both?
I've got.
Out of character.
5.
You're down to 5? Oh,
5?
Jesus
Okay.
Christ. I'm on 23.
I'm not down to 5, I'm down 5.
Yeah,
Oh, you
she's
down
down
5.
5.
I'm down.
Alright, and then how much are you down? Kronk?
Yeah, so I suck at maths. I need calculator. I'm looking directly at it, and mine's going completely blank.
No, you're good. I'll just do Phelan's first then. So I'll pop 1 heal on Phelan. So you get healed. Well, you get healed back to full. I rolled 4 plus my 2, so 6.
He brandishes the symbol of the
Thank
Almighty,
you.
and the cuts and bruises that marked Phelan just fade away before your eyes.
Yeah, I've got basically the symbol of the Almighty sort of wrapped around that gauntlet, my left gauntlet, as I just put my hand on their shoulder.
I'm down by 10.
You're down by 10? Alright, I might actually... I'm going to pop 2 just to make sure the tank is up. So let's 2d6 plus 4. 2... Oh, well, you got 13.
Yay!
Very nice. Kronk's so so back to fighting form that his scales are gleaming as if he just stepped out of the river again.
Shing.
Need to keep you both alive.
Thank you, Mr. Undead Man.
I don't know that you're Crunk doesn't know you're undead, but the shit
Oh, he could have a
the shit he's been seen with you recently, he just says it as an off-brand joke.
moment of brilliance, perhaps.
So dumb I'm smart.
Let's be honest. Do you honestly think the Almighty would let the undead live?
I don't know what the Almighty would do. I'm not sure, but we should keep going and make sure this place is clean.
So Kronk seems intent on heading towards the alcove with the cobwebs. Does everyone else agree with that course of action?
I'll go straight behind.
Straight behind Kronk. What about you, Phelan and Kale?
I'm gonna say that's probably a bad idea, but I'm not gonna stop him.
Yep, you're just keeping a healthy distance behind, I see.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm going to walk next to Cass.
Yep, probably a good idea. So, Kronk, you're the first to approach the alcove, and this little passageway is blanketed in cobwebs. If you continued walking forwards, you would absolutely stumble into them. This leaves you with two options. You could try to cut them down to clear the way, or you could try to make your way through slowly and carefully, making sure not to disturb them.
Crunk would like to go here, grab one of the torches, and bring it back here and
there we go.
burn.
Set them on fire. Yep.
Option 3, let's go.
Kronk, make me a might check to detach one of the lanterns from the scaffolding.
Is a 15.
15, more than enough. There's a crack as Kronk removes not just the lantern, but the brazier that's holding it from the wooden pillar as well. And then he steps forwards and just hurls it into the webs. They immediately catch on fire, and within seconds, the flames have seared them away, leaving nothing behind.
Question, are they just normal flames, or would there be, like, oil in... I mean, not normal flames, normal fire. They just, like, fire, stick of fire, or lanterns, what are they?
It doesn't look like there was any oil or anything like that, because once the webs are burned, the flames just sort of fizzle away.
Okay.
They don't linger or spread. They burn the webs out of the way, and you see a plume of flame illuminate the darkness, illuminate the room on the other side for a bit, and then after a few seconds, the flames vanish and all the webs are gone.
All the webs are gone.
All the webs are gone.
Do you charge through?
Yes.
You charge into the room, and I'll say that had you maybe gone a bit more careful, you may have been able to get through this without a fight, but roll for initiative, please.
That is a 19. No, wait, no, with my initiative, that's a 21.
11.
18.
11. So 2 actions for everyone, it looks like.
Wait, I got a 21. Isn't that... Isn't...
Oh yeah, 3 for you, Kronk. Yep.
I got 22.
2 for you, 3 for you as well, Kale. Well done.
Yes.
So Kronk, you're the first through the little passageway, and it opens up into another wide open cavern, not quite as large as the previous one, and much darker. Kronk, there's no lanterns lighting the way in here, so you're charging into darkness. Anything beyond 3 spaces in front of you is in complete blackness. And anything that's in front of you, you'll have to roll with disadvantage to hit.
Ooh.
You see
This feels like
shapes
personal attack.
moving above you, lurking in the darkness as 3 giant spiders drop down in front of you, incensed, infuriated that their webs have been destroyed. You're up first, Kronk. What would you like to do?
All right. In character, I would like to use so dumb I'm smart sometimes to realize like there's not much I can and probably I should retreat into the light.
Yep, go ahead. Make me an intelligence check with advantage, because you said you're using your perk. I won't make you roll it if you fail.
17.
Yeah, you see 8 legs just emerging out of the inky blackness, and just something takes hold of you, and without even being aware of it, you just turn and run back into the well-lit cavern.
I go, guys!
Oh, wait, no, I'm not raging yet.
Guys, there's something in there. I think we need to get back to the light.
And since I would like to rage for the last bit of my turn.
Yep, raging, ready to
Oh.
hit anything that comes out of that passageway.
With a 4 hit dice, let's go. Okay, and that would be my turn.
Yeah, alright, Kale, you're up next.
I'm preparing an arrow, but I'm not gonna do anything because I can't see in there.
Any particular place in the room you'd like to be?
Yeah, outside the room.
Yep. All right. Do you want to be close to the passageway, far away from the passageway?
I want to be sort of behind, like near this rock where I'm kind of at is comfy.
Yep. All right. So you just knock an arrow, and that will mean when you strike, I'll let you roll with advantage.
Cool.
Next up is Phelan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hide. I'm good.
Yep. So you make your way to the big boulder that the goblin was hiding behind before. Go ahead and roll stealth for me.
Thank you.
I don't do spiders. Spiders are just nope.
Which my charger would stop falling out. There we go.
That's what she said.
How'd you go, Phelan?
I don't get to hide. I'm just gonna stand behind the rock.
Well, what'd you roll?
7.
I'd say you only need 5 because the spiders can't see you, so
Okay.
you get it. And Cass, you're up next.
This feels like a personal attack after what we said at the start of the stream. I am gonna pull out one of my torches and light it.
Yep.
So that'll be in my offhand. I'll keep my sword drawn, and I'm gonna hold an action so when the spider comes through, I'm sort of like pinning myself against the side of the wall, waiting for something to cross the threshold. And second it does, I'm going to try and give it a whack.
Yeah. All right. There's a tense couple of seconds. There's a tense couple of seconds as you wait, and you hear the spiders chittering in the darkness, and then the first one comes charging out.
Yep.
As
Dale?
soon as it's yep.
Please don't ever do that again. That was creepy.
Very well. Very well.
No,
I love it.
Go ahead. That was awesome. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep doing
It comes chittering out, and as soon as it emerges into the well-lit cavern, you see it for what it truly is. This spider is approximately the size of a large dog. It's
No.
covered
Nope.
in
Fuck
matted,
that.
gnarled, reddish hair, caked in dirt and blood, its fangs shining in the light, dripping with venom. Cass, go ahead, roll your attack.
Alright, just one attack.
Yep, just one attack.
Alright, that is a 4 plus 2, so 6 damage.
6 damage. The spider chitters and rears back as your sword lashes out, lopping off the tip of one of its 8 legs. And Kale,
As it rears back, can I loose?
Yep. Loose your arrow, roll with advantage, because you rolled higher than 20 on your initiative before.
It's a crit.
Come on, you.
Ooh,
That's
very
a-
nice.
So what? Do I just keep rolling until I don't get
Yep,
crits anymore
Yep,
now?
that's how it works.
Crit.
So that's 6. Well, 15 in total. Plus, wait, do I add anything to those?
Just your basically, it's just a normal attack that you rolled the weapon damage for twice.
And adding
Which
your,
means you're also
12.
and adding your strength or dex or whatever you're using.
Oh yeah, my dex is plus 2, so 14 in total.
Yeah, 14 in total. Very nice. The arrow hits it in its fleshy underbelly. It squeaks and twitches.
And I still have arrows of walloping left. Yay.
It doesn't fall prone, but it's taken a lot of damage, bleeding, hissing. It thinks of going for Cass, then it sees he's holding the torch and it rears back, so instead its 8 gleaming eyes fixate on you, Kale. It rears back and shoots a glob of web towards you. You take
Don't
7
you throw
points
your ass
of...
at me, you piece of shit.
You take 7 points of damage.
Now
and
I'm going to
you
defend
must-
from that.
Yep, go ahead, defend.
So I'm taking no damage. That's 7 armor.
Oh, let's
Lovely.
fucking go.
But I
And
will...
it has to...
Yeah,
Oh,
take...
you
do
shield.
1d4.
Yes, 1d4, go ahead and roll.
3.
3. As the web strikes you, you just hold your shield aloft, and suddenly a long thorn sprouts out and like a whip just whoosh, strikes the spider and flings it towards the rock face where it lands crumpled and dead. However, you are now covered in web and are restrained. You can attempt to break out of it on your next round. Giant Spider
I'm stuck.
B charges out of the passage, following its friend. Again considers going after Cass, but sees him waving the torch. It rears back and instead charges towards Kronk. And Kronk, it bites you for 12 points of damage.
Ooh.
Holy shit!
Oh.
Wait, what sort of damage is that? Is it a venomous bite, or is it just a bite?
It's a bite, and you, Kronk, need to make a strength save, please, to see if the poison takes hold.
Hold on, I need. You do.
I'm going to be out of mana by the time we reach the boss.
Mhm.
I can
It's
tell it
okay,
now.
I have contingencies.
A strength save, was it?
Yep, strength save.
Sebi, can you
Okay.
apologize to your roommate for me killing one of its fictional cousins?
Hey, look, I'm sorry. Look, I didn't roll the dice, okay? It was him.
That is a 16.
16. The fangs pierce your skin and you feel woozy for a fraction of a second, but you feel alright. You're not poisoned.
Oh, good.
Then Giant Spider C comes out, clinging to the ceiling. It charges into the room, and from the ceiling, fires a glob of web at Cass. Cass, that will be 6 points of damage, and you are now covered in web.
I am going to defend.
And
Okay.
the torch drops out of your hand to the ground.
Ah, fuck. Okay.
Alright,
So no
you
damage
can
to
still...
the train.
Yep, no damage done, but you're still trapped in the webs. You're still restrained, which means you can't move, and attacks against you have advantage until you break free. Alright, Kronk,
Guess
you're
again.
up.
Alright, that is a second rage dice for me. Where is my.
Yes, with intensifying rage.
For a 3. So that's a total of 7 rage damage. Okay, I'm gonna
Yes.
attack Spider B. For crit!
By the BD's nuts.
Very nice.
Okay, so, okay. Oh. Four plus 3 plus 2. 26 damage on Spider B.
26 damage. It's got 26 HP, Kronk. You bury your hatchet right in the middle of its 8 eyes.
I would like, well,
And
of
it
course,
dies.
of course, I'd like to kill it, but I would like to preserve as much of it as I can.
Preserve as much of it as you can, sure. And I
Yeah.
don't know why a big chunk of... Yep, preserve as much of it as you can. Okay, so
The
you
hippo
bury your
falling into a
hatchet.
hole.
Why?
Yeah, you
That's
bury
now
your
dead.
hatchet in its head, making short work of its head, but leaving the majority of its carcass, its abdomen, and its filthy legs intact.
Excellent. I would like to very much like to whack Spider C. Now that is with a disadvantage, isn't it? Because
Yep, because you're attacking again.
Okay, first it. Okay, I don't need to roll again because that was a 1 and a 1.
1 and a 1, yeah, that's a miss. You turn around, swing at it, the spider chitters, and
Okay,
scuttles out of the way of your axe.
I will try this a third time because I still have 3 actions. Okay, so that's a crit and a 4, a 5 and a 5, and a 2 and a crit. The 2 and the 6 will do. Okay, so that's 8.
No, for it to crit, they both need to be 6.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
a 6 and 2, so 8. Hold on. Yeah. 8 plus 17 damage.
17 damage. You lop off its 2 front legs, 6 left. It still continues charging towards you. Its fangs dripping with yellow acidic liquid.
Delicious.
And that's your turn done, Kronk. Next we'll go to Kale. Kale, you are trapped in the web, which means you
Can I
cannot
use-
move. Yep, go ahead.
I was going to say, can I use my dagger to cut through the web?
Yep, but you'll still need to roll. Go ahead and roll me might or finesse.
Okay.
And since you're using your dagger, I'll reduce the DC a little bit.
$17 finesse.
Yeah. You fumble for your dagger and use the tip of it to just cut some of the web away and then throw the rest of it off. You are now free. What would you like to do?
Fucking. I'm using an arrow walloping on that big fucking spider.
Go ahead.
7 damage.
7 damage. You hit it. It does not flip over. Still running on 6 legs. And it's noticed you, and its eyes gleam with anger.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
One more action if you'd like to use it. Oh wait, no, you defended, so only 2. Yes.
No, I
Alright.
defended, so it's only 2.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I can defend once each round, can't I?
Yes, correct. So Phelan, you're up next. You're hidden. The spider has not noticed you.
It's also distracted, so I'd like to run around the corner and using my sword to attack it.
Yeah, sure.
Which is opponent, which is just immediate crit.
Yeah, you just run out from behind the boulder and plunge your sword into the bulbous thing on its back.
That's a double crit. So that's a 6 and a 6.
Ooh.
Plus my dex. So another 15.
It squeals, hisses, and rolls, flips over onto its back, and its legs just tense up as it dies.
As Crunk settles down from his rage, he turns to Mr. Wildman Kale.
Kale, can you do me a favor? Hey, with
I feel dirty.
with your dagger, can you carve out the fangs in the venom sac?
What?
Can-
You
can-
destroyed its head.
No, the one up. What?
You want its web glands, I presume.
No,
The
he wanted its
venom sac.
fangs and venom sac, and you destroyed the head.
Oh, well, its fangs could still probably be salvaged.
Yeah,
He did say he wanted to preserve it.
Yeah, fangs and venom sac is what I
Okay.
want.
Yeah, okay, I'll try.
Kale,
I'm just
it
going to
is-
use the to get rid of the webbing. As
Yeah, you're shaking the webs off and you feel very, very dirty. Kale, it's
Might
not
imagine
hard
it-
work.
No, it's not hard work. It's just gross work and spiders.
It's just, exactly, it's just gross work. No need to roll, though. You just screw up your face when you're done and hand him the glands with an utter look of utter disgust on your face.
Awesome. So
You could say that we were in a sticky situation.
boom, boom. And have I got both the fangs?
Yep, I'd say you have 2 fangs and a venom gland.
What about the other spider, like the one that just
Those
died?
those ones you've made short work of them. There's probably not going to be anything to salvage.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I will take apart other animals, but I draw the line at creepy crawlies.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I'm going to use Minor Magic just to help clean Kale up of any, grossness that he has in his hands or whatever.
Yeah.
Cass
waves his hand, and Kale, your skin seems to glow brightly for a fraction of a second, and then the bits of webs that are still clinging to you are gone.
Yeah, but I still feel dirty.
Yes, he can't clean your soul after all.
Crunk moves.
I'll clean that image.
Crunk moves on. Sad that he had lost his puppies.
I'll pick the torch up and follow behind him so you can actually see what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah, that's
Cass's torch, you're able to see where you're going. The room that spiders came from is completely empty. There's just strings of ash and burnt web lining the floor. There's another little passageway to the south leading to an even larger cavern, but you don't sense any danger. There's no more spiders lying in wait. So as you make your way across the room, I will allow you guys to roll any hit die you have left for free, if you like.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Kronk doesn't sense danger anyway.
That's true.
Kronk is the danger.
I sort of meant you all collectively don't sense danger, but that's a good observation about Kronk.
Is there...
Oh,
cool. Looking around, don't see any corpses of previous victims, anything like that.
There may
any
have
desiccated
been.
husks.
There may have been, but burning all the webs got them too. There's a couple jagged, bony-looking shapes here and there that you suspect may have once been corpses, but there's nothing left of them.
Gotcha.
Roger.
I think that was a person.
Couple of them are vaguely goblin-shaped. One of them does kind of look like it may have once been a person. They're all just charred gristle.
You may never know.
So you take a few moments taking advantage of this room being clear to catch your breath, check your weaponry for the fight ahead, and then move on to the next room to the south. This is a wide open room that seems to have at one point in time been the start of another section of mine. There are several large holes drilled into the rock faces, and to the right, pressed up against the wall, is a large mechanical drill lying inert, unused for several centuries.
Who the hell's got their white card? Let's go. Time to get that money, fellas.
Little do they know that I'm a certified forklift.
Yes.
Yeah, but take the S off a scrap, and what have you got?
Yeah. Amen.
May I look around the room to see if there's anything else besides the excavator?
Yeah, go ahead and make for me an examination check.
Oh, that's mine. Okay. So
But you're...
Oh, you first.
I was going to ask, can I examine these black holes that are in the wall?
Yes,
Yeah,
same thing. You can... Anyone who'd like to examine the holes can make an examination check.
And what were you about to say with me?
I was going to say your perk kicks in. If you fail this, you can roll again.
Oh, well,
because it's an intelligence check.
You know what? Let's
14
risk it.
even.
That was a risk it for a biscuit. Okay, let's go. I regret that decision because that's a 7. I did have a 14.
Yeah, Kronk, there's... The room is wide open, the holes are deep and dark. You take a look at the drill, but you've never seen anything like this in your life. It's just a big, rusted metal box to you. You do notice that the drill bit is particularly shiny, and it's already been embedded into the easternmost wall. If you could only get it up and running somehow, you might be able to collapse that section of wall away. But you would have no idea how.
Of course not.
Cass and Kale, how'd you guys go?
I rolled a 10.
14.
Okay, so Cass...
19.
19. Cass, you venture towards the holes, and you see cobwebs lining a few of them, and that's enough to force you to just nope out and stay where you are, and you don't go any further than that. Phelan and Kale avoid those particular holes and examine the rest. The vast majority of them are empty. Several of them are covered in cobwebs, and there's one, the southernmost point of the room, where something shiny catches the light of the torch.
Shiny thing.
Of course, the rogue goes for the shiny thing.
Aelin, you reach in, you pull it out, Tail standing nearby just in case a spider happens to come after it. But nothing comes out. There's something cold, metallic, lying at the end of the hole. It takes a bit of effort, but you manage to dislodge it, pull it out, and show it to the others. Phelan, if you want, you may make an Arcana check to immediately identify it.
Heck yeah.
Made her happy.
Hell yeah.
Unnatural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
As soon as the object comes out of the hole and it's illuminated by the torchlight, your eyes light up. You've seen pictures of things like this in your boss Tink's books of goblin artificing. This is a clockwork minion.
Oh.
This tiny clockwork device resembles a metal crab the size of a dinner plate. As an action, you may wind the key on its back to bring it to life for up to 3 minutes. While it's active, it will follow your orders to the best of its ability. On your turn, you may give it any order once, for free. If you order it to attack an enemy, it deals 1d6 damage. If it takes any damage, or once 3 minutes are up, it falls inert again.
That's pretty
Putting
cool.
it in the chat for you.
I'm not
That's
even
actually
going
pretty-
to, like, tell them what it is. I'm just going to turn it on and tell it to fix the excavator.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Wait,
You wind... Yep, go ahead, Kronk.
what's here?
Yeah, there's just some scattered rocks and scaffolding.
Okay.
Yep. Phelan doesn't tell you what she's just removed from the hole. Instead, she reaches and turns a key on the back of it, and suddenly the metallic crab springs to life. She whispers something to it, and it scuttles down her arm across the floor and towards the excavator. It uses a pincer to pry open a hatch on the side of the machine and disappears inside. There's silence for a few minutes, and then suddenly the engine roars to life. The drill bit begins to turn, and the machine on its own begins to dig into the wall. Its treads moving slowly as it moves further and further. The hatch springs open and the clockwork minion scurries across the ground again, up Phelan's leg and into her bag, just as it falls inert.
What in God's
It's
name
feminine.
did you find?
Friend!
It's a pet. I'm
It's friend!
going to name
have
it
a name?
Chopper. Huh?
You gonna name it what?
I was just going to ask if it had a name.
What's the name?
Choppers.
Choppers.
Oh my god.
The drill digs into the rock face, the whole cave vibrating as it does its work, and then finally, with a loud crash, the wooden wall collapses and the drill shudders and stops. There is now a passage revealed into the goblins' main lair.
Oh.
You can see through the passage. The room on the other side is well lit. You can make out the shapes of tables, chairs, hammocks, and bunk beds. And several goblins sitting around, rolling dice, roughhousing, completely unaware that a secret passage has now opened into their domain.
Wait, they didn't even hear that? Shit.
Yeah, I was about to say, holy shit, they're deaf.
They're seemingly
for God's sake.
utterly absorbed in their games and fun. Confident that the barrier they placed to the north would keep everyone out. One of them does briefly look over his shoulder. He addresses the others, and the other three just shrug and yell at him to get back into the game and get on with it.
Could we ask Phelan to potentially ask her minion to drive the drill into the goblins?
What's the cooldown on the
could.
minion?
You can use it any time. It's just once it's been used, you just have to wind it up again. And in a time sensitive situation, that would be a problem. But this doesn't seem to be a time sensitive situation.
I was going to ask if we wanted to release the warg out of its cage to see if it attacks the goblins, because there might be a reason why it's in a cage.
Yes, because across at the very back of the room, you can make out, obscured by all the furniture, but still visible enough, a iron cage, and there is a large, slobbering wolf-like creature inside, scrabbling at the bars, trying to get out.
I think that's a good idea. While it's doing that, while it's the goblins are distracted, I would like to. I don't know why I'm pointing my pencil. You can't see. I would like to go up behind this goblin and, try to get a free kill by, snapping a snack while it's all distracted with the warg.
Yep. All right. So, Phelan,
Yeah,
I'd like
a
you to...
non-stealthy person to do the stealthy thing.
That's what Kronk does best. No, it is not.
If he's doing that,
what Kronk does best is flirting unintentionally.
Yes. What was that, Cass?
I was just gonna say, if that's what Kronk's gonna do, I'm gonna pop True Strike on him, so he actually manages to snap back.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you're gonna play Assassin's Creed, do it right.
Yeah, it's not so much you making sure he does it right. It's more like a prayer to the Almighty that, like, oh please God, make sure this actually works.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. No, fair call.
Please God,
fair
don't let him
call.
fuck it up.
Somehow I end up snapping my own neck.
Yeah.
So Phelan, roll me a d20. We'll see if you're able to wind the contraption up before the goblins notice that there's a big gaping hole in the wall.
It was a 15.
15? That'll do it. You turn the key, Chopper's roars to life.
Roger.
You whisper the order, and he scuttles across the floor, through the hole and across the room. I'm going to roll to see if the goblins notice him. Goblin Flunky B does. He sees the metallic crab scuttle under the table. He jumps up, immediately frightened, points at it. Gah-gah! Gah-gah! The other goblins scramble for their weapons. One of them hurls a spear at the clockwork minion. And you're lucky. He rolls a 1. Missing. The spear slams into the side of the table as the crab continues scuttling under the furniture. Finally, he reaches the cage with the warg. But unfortunately, before he's able to unlock the door, Goblin Flunky C steps forwards, unsheathes his scimitar, and knocks the crab off the door. It falls to the ground, inert. The warg, sensing that someone was trying to let it out, roars, standing up on its hind legs, rattling the bars of the cage. Goblin Flunky D screams at it. Aka! Aka! And now they all have their attention on the warg.
Oh, good.
At least for the moment. So, Kronk, I'd like you to go ahead and make a stealth check, please.
What's stealth? Oh, wow, I have 2+ in stealth.
Yeah, berserkers are decent at it.
That is a dirty 20.
You're big, but you're not wearing any loud armor, and you're good at killing things. So you move with grace that is normally not befitting of Kronk.
Tread.
Stalking down the passageway into the goblins' mess hall. Goblin Flunky A senses something approaching. He looks over his shoulder just at the last moment, opens his mouth to scream when Kronk reaches out and snaps his neck. The crack is audible enough that the other 3 goblins turn around immediately, brandishing their weapons. One of them barks. Go ahead.
I yell out, Who's ready for some neck-breaking speed?
One of the flunkies brandishes his sword. Gata! Gata! Roll for initiative, please.
That's an 18.
18, 2 for Kronk. Everyone else, you're still in the drill room, so you don't need to roll. You can just get 3 automatically.
Hey! Oh, welcome.
All right. Kronk, you just acted, so let's say Kale, you can go next. You can go first.
Okay,
See if you can
I
hit,
mean,
hit,
I
hit
go
the lock in the cage.
I go through and like stand on the chair thing here.
Yep,
And
stand on
yeah,
one of the
I
chairs.
take aim at the lock.
All right.
The door of the cage with an arrow of walloping.
All right. Roll. If you're using an arrow of walloping, no need to roll. Just roll to see if you still got arrows left.
I still got arrows left.
With a loud clang, the cage door bursts open and the warg roars as he bounds out. He sniffs the air. Roll a d20 for me, please, Kale.
14.
14. The warg eyes the goblin next to him, saliva on its lips. The goblin points at you and shouts. The warg barks, snarls, and begins to charge across the room towards you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, crap.
But you still have an action left.
I shoot the goblin that was that just told the warg what to do.
Yep, Goblin Flunky C, go ahead.
It's a 3.
It's a 3, but it does knock him prone. You're using an arrow of walloping.
Yeah, and I've still got 1 left.
He screams as he tumbles off the chair to the ground. And that's
the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn. All right, Phelan, you're up next.
Can I try something dumb?
What would you like to try?
I want to climb through the hole and try and tell to attach Goblin D instead.
You want to climb through the hole and so I didn't catch the second part?
And try to tell the warg to attack its own goblins.
Oh yeah, because you're still a goblin. Yeah.
I am still a goblin.
You scramble through the hole and you see this warg just barreling towards you, leaps over a table, darts under a bunk bed, and you're now going to try to convince it to turn on its friends. Go ahead and make an influence check, but with disadvantage because this warg does not recognize your scent.
That was an influence, yeah?
Yep, with disadvantage.
Okay, it's still a 16.
Still a 16. The warg stops in his tracks. He looks at you, tilts his head, confused. Then he starts snarling. Arr, arr. He eyes the goblins, and then you, and then the goblins, and hesitates. Not sure what to do.
Can I say that? Can I yell out that I tried to free him because he obviously saw that we tried to free him?
he may not be smart enough, but you can shout it out at him.
We tried to free you.
He just snarls. Ravenously hungry. You still have an action left, though. What would you like to do?
I don't know how I'm going to try and convince this thing to be on our side. But I really...
I want a
we
puppy.
could... Okay, I'll run up behind Goblin Flunky B and attack.
You just run up, roll to hit him.
Hits for 7.
Hits for 7. He shrieks in pain and then jumps back, snarling in rage. And Cass, you're up.
Okay, I am going to walk through the hole that was created and basically walk up next to Kronk.
Yep,
I think I should be able to make that. Yeah.
Just
like
enough
sort of right
movement.
next to the hammock. Would I be able to get there?
One movement next to Kronk. Yep, okay, I'll allow that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was like within range. I couldn't really
I'd
tell
say it is.
from
It's only one. It's only one space, so I don't really care either way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a warg, 2 goblins. I'm gonna say with one key B. I'm going to roar out. Get away from her. And use that with my rebuke.
Sure.
So that will be a 4.
4 points of damage. There's a
Yep.
loud crash as if the cavern is caving in. The goblin's eyes widen with fear, and he stumbles, but somehow is still standing. He's looking severely beaten, though.
Alright, and I am going to pop boost. For my last thing, I'll just tap Kronk's chest and say, "Get him," and I will cast 2 strikes, so he gets advantage on the next attack.
Wait.
Yeah, as we go to Kronk, your turn.
Get big guy.
Do 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 do. Hi, Flunky. Hi, Flunky.
Okay. 5, thank you for advantage. That
What can I say?
Except you're welcome. 6. You do, stupid limb, not good at maths. No, I am stupid.
No, you're not. Only Kronk is.
For 9 damage on Flunky B.
9 damage, that's enough. The axe comes down, and you hit him so hard that you smash the table in front of him into splinters as well,
And
as he goes down.
My next action, I just want to verbally just romp up the Goblin D and just like imposing tower over him. And he, he's looking at me, looking at the warg, looking at me, looking at the warg, hopefully shitting himself. And that will be my turn.
It'll be your turn. Right, Goblin Flunky D sees you charging towards him. He screams, and he rushes for the table where the card game is laid out. He grabs the lantern and hurls it towards you, Kronk. Make me a dex save, please.
That is an 17.
17. You duck, and the lantern sails over your head, over the bunk bed behind you, and lands in the center of the room, smashing. Whoosh, flames spread forth, engulfing Kale, Cass, and Phelan behind you. I'd like you all to make dex saves, please.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Dex save, that's just rolling a dex check, right?
Yep, just rolling dex.
Okay, so that's a straight roll.
Natural
That's
one.
16.
Oh no.
No.
Too bad for you, Kale. How'd you go, Cass and Phelan?
I got a 16 straight roll.
Yep.
19.
So Phelan and Cass immediately leap out of the way, rolling away from the flames. You both take 6
I spontaneously
points of damage.
combust. This is fine.
Kale, you're trapped in the corner up against the wall. You try to dodge around the flames, but you find yourself trapped. And by the time you get to safety, you are charred, singed all over. You roll on the floor to put yourself out, but you've taken 12 points of damage in the process.
Do we react defend at all? Like just to
No.
duck
No.
out?
It's,
Oh, okay.
it's a
That's
natural.
what the save was for. Yep.
Gotcha. Alright.
So that's Goblin
down.
Flunky D's turn. Goblin Flunky C is still prone. He scrambles to his feet and draws his weapon, begins to charge at Kronk. But then he screams as the warg leaps forwards, pinning him to the ground and rips his throat out.
Yeah! Alright.
It rips out his esophagus and it dangles from its mouth like a long, bloody toy. Shakes its head as it swallows it up.
Can I yell out praise for the warg, please?
Good dog! Good dog! You shout. The warg snarls as it rips another chunk of meat from the goblin and then leaps over the table, barrels towards the barrier, and leaps over it, running to freedom.
Puppy. Oh.
Goblin Flunky D, seeing what has transpired, drops his weapon. It clatters to the floor. He raises his hands and looks up at you, Kronk. No! No! No!
I don't care, and I shoot the fucker anyway.
Yeah, go ahead.
But he
Roll
just
your
spoke
damage.
English.
Six.
6. The arrow sails through the air and lands right in his neck as he rolled low on HP. He gurgles just as he's about to open his mouth to shout no once more. And he dies.
That's what you get for setting me on fire, you prick.
No, we not puppy.
There are some embers.
He's in
and
a
there are
better
some-
spot now. He can be free.
There are some embers still eating at the tables, the chairs, and the beds, but it doesn't look like it'll spread any further. Somewhere in the distance, you hear the warg howl.
Would there be any money on the tables? Because you said they were gambling.
They were gambling, and in fact, there's several pouches of coin laid out on the table.
I would like to grab all 7 pouches.
Yeah, well, several pouches, not 7.
Oh,
but
7.
you tip all the coins out onto the table, quickly count them, and between them, there is 120 gold coins. Clearly several weeks' worth of ill-gotten gains.
Hey, let's divide.
Back up
shall we?
tomorrow.
No, we don't.
This is
Oh,
very.
wait, wrong game.
Yeah, the bank of tomorrow's not in here. Alright, so 120 divided by 4, 30 coins each.
40.
Oh, 40.
Yeah.
This calculator lied to me, man.
No, it's 30. It's not 40.
Yeah.
Sorry, my
30.
calculator lied to me.
30. Yeah, it's 30.
It's 40 if we had 160.
Yeah.
Back of the room
30.
is... The back of the room is charred and blackened, but it's a large cavern, and there are several beds, cabinets, foot lockers scattered all around that seem to have been spared the flames.
Let's try to look for something we can help to heal Cass.
No, I'm fine.
Not
And
Cass.
Kale.
Not Kale.
Yeah, I already grabbed a. I'm just popping a heal. You're healed for 6 health. Kale.
Investigation. I got a 15
just
to
look
investigate the room.
Yep.
I'm just looking around. You guys like, you are Rainy Ragged.
I didn't take anything that time. I'm a good boy.
For once.
Hale's furs are still charred and blackened, but the worst of the burns seem to have faded away.
I'm gonna try and just also use a little bit of minor magic, to, like Radiant, to try and repair any of like the furs. Just make
That's
it look nicer
doable.
for him.
Just
Yeah.
nice.
So basically, what you get is his furs and wolf skins back in their original form. Just the fur itself is still carrying a darkened hue from where the scorch marks were.
Not pristine. It still looks dirty, but it's fine.
It looks like it's storied.
It's fine. It's been through worse.
There is
I know
only
go through either one.
There is only one exit out of this room. At the very end of it, beyond all the beds and tables, a single door leading into the final chamber of the mine shaft.
Did I find anything in the footlockers?
Gonna search them?
I
Yeah,
got
no roll
15.
needed
Oh, okay.
because 15. I'll give you something extra because it means you put in a thorough effort to
excellent.
search. So while they're attending to Kale, you and Phelan spend several minutes dumping the contents of the footlockers on the ground, sorting through them. The majority of it's junk, chipped dice, plates, random bits of scrap metal, empty water skins, but there are a couple of things in amongst the goblins' belongings that catch your attention. A grand-looking iron shield.
Ooh.
With the faded image of a griffin emblazoned upon it. Not magical, but clearly valuable, made of solid iron. And in another footlocker, a scuff.
That'd be a heavy.
Yeah, it requires
That'd be a heavy fucking shield.
Requires 2 strength to wield, but gives you 4 armor.
Oh god damn!
Hi, hello.
Hi.
And in another.
Yes.
Well, hang on. In another footlocker, a scuffed but otherwise perfectly serviceable suit of hard leather armher, which gives
I'm
5
sorry, did
plus
you
dex
almost
armor.
say it in another footlicker?
Yeah, I heard
Yes, I
footlicker. Leather armor, you said?
Live back again.
Hard leather armor, which gives 5 plus dex armor to whoever wears it.
Clearly that leather armor enjoys footlicking.
Clearly it does. It got hard somehow.
They had to. They didn't
Can I
iron the
join
kink
that
out of it
armor
yet.
and say I also like foot clicking?
As I said, we couldn't iron.
I do not
Yes.
wish to be horny anymore.
So I think Kale and Phelan, you're both proficient in leather armor.
Yes.
So either one of you could take that. And for the iron shield, I think only you, Cass, are proficient in shields. But doesn't stop anyone else from using it.
I'll let Phelan take it since I just got the Shield of Thorns.
Wait,
Heck yeah!
Bailey, what's your strength?
My strength. Wait, one sec.
Yeah, because Dale said you need at least +2 strength for the shield.
I don't want the shield. I want the armor.
Oh, we're
Yeah, she's
talking
not
about the armor.
proficient
Okay,
in
never mind.
shields.
Never mind.
Yeah, the armor's fine.
Yeah. The shield only I can really use proficiently.
Do you have the strength for it?
Yes, I've got 2 strength.
Yeah. So a few
2
minutes
strength, 2 will.
later, Phelan steps out from behind one of the hammocks, and she's wearing this new suit of black studded leather. And Cass, on your arm, pride of place. And Cass, on your arm, pride of place, is the iron shield, the griffin's eyes gleaming magnificently.
I need something strong.
A little bit of today, isn't it?
But very deserved. You've been the meat. You and Kale have been the meat shields.
Isn't that your job as the tank?
I mean, I took a lot of Phelan's damage earlier.
Yeah. DM, is it a as a shield? Is it a sort of strap-on shield, or is it one where I have to hold on to it?
It's got handholds, so you do have to use a hand to use it.
All right, gotcha. I'll I'll keep it on my. As I'm looking at it, I'll just put it on my back for now.
Yeah, and in Nimble,
Yeah.
you can once per round for free change your equipment. So if you need to unsling it and use it, that it's free once per round.
Gotcha. So I can just like once a round equip, and then next round unequip for free.
Yes, if you need to. Yes.
Gotcha. Cool.
Next up, we need to find some armor for Kronk. I only have...
Well, maybe next
Give him
time
a
you go to
buff robe or
town, you might be able to buy something. You got some cash here.
I've got something in mind.
Onward, fellow friends. Let's go find another puppy.
Yep.
I'll just stick right behind him.
Right behind him, Kronk forges ahead. There's a wooden door in your way, Kronk. You just reach out and kick it open.
No,
Bend it. What do you do?
I just bend the door.
He bends it like Beckham.
Yep. You just bend the door out of the way. And on the other side...
Impressive. I've never seen anyone bend wood like that before.
What did you just see?
On the other side of the door, the first thing you see is a giant cauldron in a sort of makeshift kitchen. Something in the cauldron is bubbling, and it fills the room with an earthy, not necessarily unappetizing aroma, but when you peer into the cauldron and see all sorts of random plant roots, vaguely rotten vegetables, random chunks of meat that are all discolored boiling in there, it doesn't necessarily stir your appetite.
No, Kronk goes for a spoonful.
Kronk goes for a spoonful. As you reach for the ladle...
Remember, this is the guy that ate a goblin leg.
Yeah, I know. So I should have known better. As Kronk leans forwards to grab the ladle and take a sample, he becomes aware of the fact that there's a single goblin cowering behind the cauldron on the other side. And he looks up, sees you reaching for the ladle, and he says, Please, take whatever.
Hi, friend. What's in the soup? It smells good.
Dinner for everyone. Sprig slaves away over the cauldron all day, all night. Never thank you, Sprig. Thank you for making dinner, Sprig. Good meal, Sprig. Always when it ready, Sprig. Do this, Sprig. Do that, Sprig. Ah, phooey.
I immediately go for a taste of the soup, and what am I tasting? Do I need to roll anything for this?
You don't need to roll anything.
No.
Surprisingly, it doesn't instantly kill you. In fact, it doesn't seem to have taste at all. It just sort of all dissolves into mush in your mouth and tastes like nothing. But it does recover 4 hit points.
Oh no, I recover nothing.
Strangely hearty and satisfying, despite the fact that it tastes like nothing and smells like a congealed mess.
Oh my fucking god, it's Scaly Pete.
You think you might see a toenail floating around somewhere in the cauldron. Sprig, the goblin chef, cautiously looks up, still cowering.
You like?
Can I thank the chef?
Thank you. It's very nice. Have a taste, Sprig. This is very nice. Thank you.
Sprig knows it's nice. Sprig slaves away day after day. Adding this, adding that, trying to get the taste just right, trying to cover up the stench of death and rot, and nobody's ever thankful.
This is
Sorry,
delicious.
Sarah. What did you say, Phelan?
Can I thank the chef?
Yeah, you step forwards and you just thank him for making a glorious meal for your friend Kronk. At this point, he finally creeps out from behind the cauldron, scratches behind his pointy ear as he looks at you.
Oh, Sprig no recognize you.
Oh yeah, that's right, you're a fucking goblin.
I'm new. Nice to meet you.
New, huh? Scratches his head.
Yes.
Then he shrugs. Not like Sprog cares. Sprig don't care about anything Krog does. Stupid Krog! Make me stir this stupid slop. Not like it's my fault, my stupid brother. He trails off, muttering under his breath, stupid Pinky and Green Thumb, and he went off to join Green Thumb, and Krog says, Sprig, you're on mess duty because your brother betrayed us. Your brother's traitor, stupid turncoat, so Sprig has to sit here stirring the cauldron day in, day out, not even allowed to go and leave and relieve himself.
What did your brother do?
So where do you relieve yourself?
While they're yapping, I'm just gonna keep an ear to the door to make sure that no one is like gonna bust in on us unannounced.
Yeah, that's probably wise. As Kale asks him, where do you relieve yourself, Sprig's eyebrow just raises and he looks towards the cauldron.
No!
I knew it.
Crog and stupid goblins always treating Sprig like he dirt, while Sprig gets his revenge every mealtime.
Crunk should be disgusted, but he laughs at the fucking joke.
Kronk
Sprig
should be
laughs along
disgusted,
with
but
you.
yeah, Kronk should be disgusted, but he thinks it's damn fine seasoning.
And
Is this
Sprig the
saffron?
goblin,
It needed salt.
Sprig the goblin chef is just laughing along with you, laughing uproariously. He falls to the ground, holding his sides, giggling, kicking in the air. And then he finally composes himself.
You give me good laugh. I joke. I not relieve myself in cauldron. I do it in bedroll over there.
He points towards the door beyond Cass.
When they're busy playing games, not looking. Easy to sneak in and out.
Oh, Sprig, you're a very good cook. How would you like to feel the cook for Kronk more often? This is really good.
He shrugs. Sprig don't care so much. Sprig just want out of this whole thing.
Oh,
Not like Krog anymore. Krog pulling his weight just because Pinky went off and joined Green Thumb.
Hey, what's Green Thumb?
He looks over at you.
Green Thumb's a wizard. Some hack. Wizard of plants or something like that. He made a deal with Krog. Told us to kidnap a fairy and steal some things for a ritual. But then Krog got greedy. Krog said he wanted more. Green Thumb didn't like it. But he liked Pinky. Said he was going to teach Pinky magic, teach him magic tricks. So Pinky left. That made Krog even angrier.
Wait, Krog stole Princess Longbottom? Where's Krog? I'm gonna bash him up.
Sprig,
I think we've already bashed him up.
Sprig shakes his head,
did we
jabs
fuck
an
Kronk?
arm over his... No, he jabs his arm over his shoulder at the wooden door behind him.
Krog's office in there. He's sleeping this time of day. Probably doesn't even know anything's going on. I heard all the chaos out there, but Krog sleep like a baby. He snore louder than all the fighting.
That's the noise I heard. I thought it was just my tummy. Well, Sprigs, you stay back here and we'll deal with Krog. And you can make Kronk lots of yummy soup.
Got some questions for you later.
You'll give Krog a good stab for... You give Krog a good stab for Sprig? And then later you'll help Sprig bring Pinky back?
We'll talk more about Pinky later. First we'll deal with Krog.
Pinky been visiting, you know. Green Thumb give Pinky a cloak, make him invisible, so Pinky come visit Sprig and tell him all about magic lessons. He and Green Thumb gonna bring a dreadful force in the region soon, whatever that means.
Something not good.
Okay, you stay back, Sprig, and we'll deal with Krog.
You'll be careful then. Krog big and strong, and he stink P.U.
Oh, he has it smells the undercarriage of my loincloth.
Cheer you on. But before you go in there, maybe you, He narrows his eyes. Maybe you give Sprig a good punch or something. Make it look like Sprig tried to fight you off, just in case Krog wiped the floor with you.
I look at
Chili.
Phelan because I feel like if I punch this tiny goblin, something bad will happen.
I can
How
punch
about
him.
I was gonna. Yeah.
As she says that eagerly, I can punch him. Sprig actually takes a step back. He raises his hands and says,
Actually, on second thought, I think you're strong enough to deal with Krog. You don't have to worry about it.
Oh man, I wanted to punch a goblin.
I just hold up a mirror in front of Phelan and say, if you really want it.
Break the mirror.
All right, now how do you want to do this? Sneak in, see if he's still sleeping, or just crunk charge in?
I'm gonna pop True Strike. I'm just gonna keep popping True Strike on Kronk till combat starts. So, because I know he's gonna be the first one to take the hit.
Okay, we're going to let the fates decide this. 15 higher, I bash in the door. 14 lower, we sneak in. And that is a 15. I bash in the door.
So Cass has just enough time to place his hand on Kronk's shoulder to grant the true strike. And then Kronk raises his axe and cuts the door to matchwood and just charges into Krog's office. And you don't find him asleep. You find him hunched over his desk, pouring through piles of paper. And he's not a goblin. He's a bugbear, bigger than the other ones you've seen. In his hand, he clutches a giant maul taller than him, with what looks like a bear trap clumsily integrated into the shaft. And as the door breaks down, he looks up, and his voice booms. Sprig, you here? Take this letter to Greetham. Tell him to turn over your turncoat brother before... Hey, you not Sprig. You die! And he leaps up, brandishing his maul. Roll for initiative.
That is a nat 20.
Ooh, 3 actions for Kronk.
Hang on.
11.
2 for Kale.
4.
13.
1 for Cass. 2 for Phelan. Alright, Kronk, you're up first.
Alright, first, Crunk would very much like to rage with a 3 on the rage dice. He sees the man he knows who stole Fairy Longbottom and you stole Fairy Longbottom. I kill you now. And I would
charge into the room, leap over the desk,
and swing with my mighty Hue for 8 damage.
8 damage. Definitely a nice hit. You strike him with Hue, but the great bugbear seems to not even flinch. He shakes from the force of the blow, and a drop of blood rolls down his bare chest, but he does not change his stance. He seems completely unfazed.
I'll try again. So
no, that's your turn done. 1 to rage, 1 to move, 1 to attack.
Oh, yeah, that's right. 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, my bad. Yes.
At the end of your turn, he steps forwards and swings his great maul. And that's going to be 8 points of damage.
I'll take it.
Make me a strength save, please.
Ooh. Nat 20.
Ooh. The bear trap snaps just as you move your arm out of the way and you avoid being grappled by it. Alright. Kale, you're up next.
I pop a hunter's mark on him.
Very good idea.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot to... Sorry, I just remembered I forgot to roll my attack with advantage because of Hunter's Mark.
Oh, yeah, True Strike. Yeah, go ahead.
Strike, yeah.
Roll it again.
True Strike.
No, we can just go with
No, do it next round. Do it next round,
right.
actually. Yeah. So how'd you do, Kale?
I shoot for a 4 with an arrow of walloping.
4 points
and it's
of damage.
actually the last arrow of walloping.
Oh shit!
You'll get more. You'll be able to pick
For the
more
encounter.
up.
Yeah.
Yep, you'll be able to pick more up. But for now, the quiver is dry, and he passes his save. Unfortunately, he stumbles backwards, knocking over the chair of the desk. But then he looks in your direction and he just roars, "Who did that? You paid for this!" And then we go to Phelan. You're up next. Actually, before your turn, Phelan, Crog moves 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bursting into the kitchen area and swings his maul towards Kale.
I forget. Is attack of opportunities a thing? I forget.
Yes, you can do that if you want, Kronk.
Excellent.
And you can roll with advantage.
Crit.
Crit. Alright, while you work that out, I will say, Kale, you're taking 5 points of damage, and I need a strength save, please.
I'm defending.
Yep. So go ahead, roll your 1d4 as well.
That's a 4 damage. I've reduced the 5 to 0.
And I hit him.
You're lucky.
I hit him for 21.
You slam your axe into his back as he runs past. He seems to not even feel it, just keeps charging towards Kale. And as he strikes Kale, the thorns on the shield lash out, knocking his maul out of the way, piercing the skin of his wrist. Blood flecks forwards, and he just roars. He is now bloodied, and he rages, screaming, "Roar!"
Welcome
Sprig
to phase 2.
Sprig, the goblin chef, cheers, and then Krog stares daggers at him. He then screams and ducks, running for safety behind the cauldron. He pokes his head out and goes, "You get him, guys! Get him! Krog, I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it!" And then, Phelan, you're up.
We're gonna fucking die. Is he beelining it for me, or is he distracted by Kale?
Oh, he was beelining it for me.
So he's distracted?
Yeah.
He is distracted.
Okay, vicious opportunist. I'm moving forward and attacking with sword.
Yep. The sword of the Scorpion Queen is unsheathed. Would you like to use its ability?
Yes.
We've never seen that before, and this might be a good time. So Phelan's sword has a special ability. Would you like to describe what it does, Sarah?
When you hit an enemy with the sword, you may deal additional dex damage by sacrificing that much in HP. If you do, your own blood glistens on the surface of the blade.
Oh.
I'm going to sacrifice half my HP, which is 5.
Oh.
And
very nice.
And put it on the addition. So that's a double crit plus 5 plus 3.
Yep.
Your sword is basically rivers of blood.
Yeah.
It is.
That's 20 damage.
Ooh.
20 damage. Ooh, nice. So the scorpion that's emblazoned on the side of the blade glows deep red as the blood sinks into it. The blade takes on a crimson hue as you swing forwards and slash the bugbear's chest, tearing his skin. He shrieks in pain as a plume of blood splashes forth, covering your face. And Cass, as her sword lights up with blood, a flash of memory stirs in the back of your mind. It's your master, turning towards you, stony-faced as assassins descend. "Forget the sword, boy! Run! Run!"
Oh.
Oh no.
I see.
And that's your turn done, Phelan. At the end of your turn, the Goblin King roars and swings his mangle maul in your direction. That's going to be 10 points of damage, Phelan.
Can I defend?
You sure can.
I only take
defend
2.
enough to only take 2. You leap out of the way just as the maul slams into the ground. You're not hurt from the maul itself, but from the force of it knocking you off your feet. You stumble backwards and trip. Alright, Cass, you're up.
Okay, hang on, I just need to double check one of my features. Within reach 6. Am I within 6 of...
Yes, you are 5 spaces away from him.
Perfect. I am going to... Just seeing that blade, I'm looking at the bugbear and it's like, we need to have a chat. So I'm at the moment not even bothering about trying to save resources. I'm popping a searing light.
Ooh, nice.
So that will be will D8. So I've got will, so it'll be 2D8 radiant. Let me just on my website, don't fucking reload on me. Alright. 2D8 and 7 damage.
7 damage. The plume of light shoots like an arrow from your hand, striking him. He stops in his tracks as there's a loud cracking noise. And then composes himself, raises his maul, and continues charging. What else would you like to do?
I've only got, this is my first turn, so...
That's it. Only one action. Yep. So at the end of your turn, he continues charging towards Phelan. He raises the maul up above his head and brings it down towards her. Phelan, that is going to be...
Whatever it is, I'm down.
9 points of damage. You are down.
Yeah, I'm down.
So take a wound. You are down, and because you're down, you automatically fail the save. The bear trap snaps shut around you, biting into your abdomen. And because you're grappled, that means he gets to use his crack skulls move. He roars, laughing in glee, enjoying the fight as he swings the maul and Phelan attached to it towards Kale. Kale, that will be 10 points of damage to you as Phelan's body, held in place by the bear trap, just slams you into the wall.
Yeah, okay. Ow.
And Phelan, you take a second wound because you also take damage from the blow. But at this point, the bear trap springs open, and you just fall to the ground in a crumpled heap. Alright, we go back around to Kronk. You're up.
Alright, first up, second rage dive, fury dice for a 2. Sees Phelan go limp on the ground. You hurt my best friend! And goes for a massive attack of 4, 7, 9, 10 damage first.
10 damage. The blade sinks into his skin and somehow he's still up. He stumbles, woozy for a second, then he shakes his head. You purr! And he slams his maul into the ground, his rage intensifying.
I'm gonna try again for another attack with a disadvantage, so 6 and a 2. And 2 and 2. Still hits though, yay. So 4, 5, 8, 10 damage.
His bare skin is painted red with blood. It seems you've emptied most of the blood from his body, but he's being kept alive by pure fury as he rushes towards you, Kronk, at the end of your turn and slams the mangle maul into you for 13 points of damage.
Ooh, Yeah, I'm gonna expend one of my fury dice to negate damage taken. Yep, for 4 damage. So
4 damage. Go ahead and make a strength save, please. We'll see if you get grappled by the bear trap.
That is a Do I add the modifier or just straight 15?
It's just roll your strength and add the strength. Whatever
Okay.
your strength stat is, yeah, add that to the roll.
All right, so 17.
17. The bear trap snaps shut, and you step out of the way, safe. All right, we go to Kale.
Well, I've been knocked in my ass, so I take aim at his crotch with a regular arrow.
Very nice.
And he takes 7 damage.
7 damage. As he hears you knock the arrow, he whirls around, sees you crumpled there, and smiles in glee as he raises the maul. He's about to bring it down on you when twang! The bow
Right in
lets
his
loose
nuts.
the arrow, and the arrow strikes him, piercing the dirty loincloth he wears, and he just stops in his tracks. The maul shakes in the air, and then his eyes roll into the back of their sockets, and he just stumbles backwards, dead.
Fuck yeah!
I didn't need to roll for it. I completely forgot to roll advantage on Hunter's Mark there, but yeah, okay, he's already dead, so it
We'll
doesn't
take
matter.
it.
Bugbear lies on his back, his dead eyes glassed over, staring up at nothing in particular. Kale's arrow in pride of place right in his groin.
I rush over to Phelan and scream at Sprig. Sprig, give Phelan some of your yummy soup.
The goblin rushes forwards. The ladle of soup already in his hand, and Phelan like feebly struggles, half conscious, trying to not have to swallow this awful slop, but Sprig just says, "Here, this make you feel better," and jams the ladle down her throat.
Come on.
While that's happening, I'm also just gonna pop my other searing light because she's dying, so she'll get 2d8 health on top of whatever that is.
I'm just rubbing Phelan's
So she's
throat.
simultaneously killed with poison and brought back to life?
I'm rubbing Phelan's, Phelan's throat.
I feel violated right now. Very violated.
Oh no, that's at least your worries right now. So you got 7 health back plus the soup. I guess.
I drag myself up to my feet and just take a healing potion out of my bag and drink it.
The liquid goes down your throat. Like, healing potions don't taste the greatest, but it is much more appetizing than whatever Phelan's struggling with. Cass places his hand on her shoulder, and her wounds begin to close, and then her eyes spring open, and she awakens, coughing and spluttering. She rolls over and spits the soup onto the floor.
You need to add more seasoning.
Sprig shrugs. Sprig don't care no more. Krog's dead. Sprig can do what he wants. Sprig gonna go find work in the city. After Pinky's safe, of course.
Well, you need to tell us everything you know about Pinky and what we could do. You said he was invisible and came in to tell you about things?
When Green Thumb said that Krog broke their deal, he sent these plans to destroy us. But Pinky know that Green Thumb say Pinky have potential, and he still want to learn magic tricks. So he tell Krog to stuff it and go off to join Green Thumb. And this make Krog very angry. But Green Thumb give Pinky a cloak that made him invisible, so he been visiting, telling Sprig what happening. And Green Thumb teaching him all sorts of magics he can help with a ritual to bring a great force to the valley.
He scratches his head again.
But Pinky never say Green Thumb never tell him what it is, and he don't know.
He shrugs.
Pinky just want to learn magic.
Sprig starts poring over the dead bugbear's body. A look of sheer disgust on his face, he peels away a portion of the loincloth and then springs up again, producing a bloodied, tattered piece of parchment.
Maybe this explain. Krog said he was gonna write a letter.
And hand it to Cass. They all look like scriggles to me.
Looking. They're just staring at Phelan right now. He is not paying any attention.
Oh, give it to Kale then.
Yep.
I read it.
Elle unfurls the letter, putting it in owlbear. It says, "To Greetham, the deal is off. We lost a whole warband trying to get that ferry. If you still want our help with your ritual, the new deal is 10, crossed out, no, 30 wagons of pigs and rats. Krog."
Think he means fairy, but you get the gist.
Sprig's head pops up over the edge of the paper, and he's holding up something else for you, Kale. And I'll put it in owlbear as well.
What?
Krog have this too. He ran out, was gonna make more, but he was gonna plan to attack Green Thumb if Green Thumb didn't make good on the deal.
It's a potion bottle, empty now, but the insides are caked in a sickly green powdery residue.
Said it was the secret weapon against the plants.
I throw a small pebble at Cass.
Not the best option, but okay. He just snaps over to you. He looks shaken, but he's like pissed shaken. What?
Look familiar? Magic man?
I grab it and give it a quick look.
There's no way to tell what was in this thing. That green residue could be anything, and it doesn't smell like anything in particular. But you do know someone who might know. Lyrial Green Whisper. You file it in the back of your mind. To think about later.
Your friend's a druid.
Alright, cool.
No,
I just put that into my pack.
And so, the goblins are routed. You spend about half an hour more making sure Phelan is ready for travel. Make a meager meal with Sprig. And when he's not cooking for the goblins, he does seem to genuinely know what he's doing. He does something to your jerky and traveler's biscuits to make them slightly more appetizing. And then, once you're done...
I do say to Spriggs, because he wanted to travel off to towns and cook. I tell him if anyone try to hassle you, tell them that you know Crunk.
His eyes widen.
Sprig can come with you?
Of course Sprig can come with us.
There's a town where people where people will let Sprig cook?
Well, it might be a bit apprehensive at first, but once they get to know you and know that you're not a threat, and they taste your yummy food, I'm sure they'll be very accepting.
He can maybe work in the tavern.
Yeah, in Merrivale.
He's got a smile beaming from ear to ear. And that's how you made a goblin friend.
Yay!
You journey back to Merrivale. It takes the better half of a day, and then another day. But we don't need to tell that story, because the journey back is one of heightened spirits. You have triumphed. You've routed the goblins, and made sure they will never trouble Merrivale again. But there's still the Deathbriar, Briarbane. Now you have a name to associate with the madness. Green Thumb. Your next target. You return to Merrivale as heroes. The villagers gather on the edges of the outlying farms, and as they see you crest the hill, one of them shouts, "3 cheers for the heroes of Merrivale!" And just as they have in the past, they hail you. And that's where we will leave it for this week.
Yay!
We'll deal with what happens with with Sprig next time, as you will have to convince the townsfolk that he does not mean them harm. But once they see how lovable he is, it should be an easy feat. Next time, you turn your attention last towards the source of all this evil, Green Thumb. And you'll have a bit more power behind you as you level up to level 3. Will it be enough to rout Green Thumb? You'll have to find out next time on Dice of the Dead, where the dice decide who lives and who dies. This was Heroes of the Broken Lands, a Dice of the Dead actual play, with DG as DM, Sabaton Liam, Arch as Apothecary, Sebi the Vamp, and Seraphina as players. Music by Troika Games. Game design by Evan Diaz.